Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? We're downstairs. I don't even want to see that printer today. How's everyone doing? Everything's still a mess. We're doing like, we put up the Christmas tree today. The little guy wanted to put the Christmas tree up today. So because of that, the whole day has been a rough. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing good. Everyone's doing good? You're doing good? I'm doing good. You doing good? Hopefully you're doing good. Everyone should be doing good. I found this. I forgot I had this. I was cleaning out the other room. I found things I didn't even know I had. Like, it's always fun when you go through like that storage room that like stuff's been piling up in for like a decade. Mike is very quiet. Lap mic is not main mic. Oh. Properties. That would be why. What are you doing here? No. Microphone is the microphone. What, hold on. What, you're on? You're plugged in. You're plugged in. What is going on here? Oh, fun fact. Are we good now? Are we good now? I'm looking at chat. Are we good now? There's a bit of a delay. Wow, there's a really big delay. Oh no, I have the stream set for the stupid big delay. Ah, shoot. Sorry. Better now. Okay. Sorry, two things. One, I set the stream up and I didn't reuse previous settings. I made a new stream. And because of that, it's set for normal latency. So it's like 20 seconds between, if I do that, you don't see it for 20 seconds. It's stupid. But anyways, fun fact, if you're using a lav, okay, it works when you actually plug in the lav, the mic. So you were getting the lav mic, but you were getting the onboard one, which is way down here instead of this one next to my face. Music lower than usual. I did turn the music down. I've been finding the music's been a little too loud on streams lately, so I bumped it down. The music is just there to fill dead air. You really shouldn't be hearing the music too much. Air gap. Yeah, I air gapped my mic, right? You can't be too you got to be all about that security, right? You got to air gap stuff. How's everyone doing today? Okay. Yeah. We're not in the garage. I don't want to see that printer right now. I've talked to a few people about suggestions for the Seaboard. We don't know. It could be potentially a CPU or a CPU, power supply issue giving dirty power. It could be the USB ports aren't something. It is such a stupid problem to troubleshoot the issue we're having with that Seaboard build, because it's like we have changed so many things and it's still getting the same error that it gave originally. And we've tried replacing everything. Because remember, it was giving this error, it loses a cartographer. It was giving that when the cartographer was the V3 plugged into a CAN bus connection to the SB2209 main board, their controller board, toolhead board. I've tried a different cartographer. I've tried USB version. We've swapped the tool. We've tried so many different things that it's like I've got a list of things we're gonna try. Changing the power supply, trying a 32-bit version of the firmware or the operating system instead of 64-bit, because apparently 32-bit, you don't get as many timing errors as you do with 64. I don't know. I don't computer, but apparently that's a thing. I don't know, but tonight we're not dealing with it. I don't want to deal with it tonight. It's the weekend. It's Saturday night. I feel all right. Yeah. I had to switch from a 5-volt buck converter to the switch wire to a meanwhile PSU for disconnects and random stuff. Here's the thing, it should be fine because the power supply is giving 24 volts to the controller board. And then the controller board is stepping that down to 5 volts. And it's using that 5 volts to power the MCU, the Raspberry Pi CM4, it's like we've tried all these different things and it's like we're still getting the error. So I've got a few more things we could fiddle with, but not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight is a print and chill night. I'm thinking we might do some hue forging. I might get this guy do a hue forge on the Prusa. And then yeah, maybe I'll grab a printer out of the pile and we'll take a look at a printer. I haven't seen it a bit. Have I used the main board before? No, but it's a Manta. It's an M8P Manta, and it shouldn't be giving this kind of error. If for the error I'm getting, I would expect more issues. Simple as that. Also, make sure your DC grounds are all tied together. They should be. I believe they are. I mean, it's all on the wiring stream. Like I built the whole thing on stream. The controller board unable to power that much. I don't think it's that so much an issue. And the thing is, the USB hub, Bradley, I've removed the USB hub out of the equation. So the board itself has 2 USB ports on it. Okay. So because I need to plug 3 things in, tool head board, cartographer, and the screen, I was using a USB hub, right? Just you plug it in, it breaks 1 USB into 3 USB. So to kind of rule out the hub being the issue, I removed the hub entirely and just have the tool head board and the cartographer plugged in. The screen's not plugged in at all. So I'm not using any external USB hub and it's still giving this error. And I've tried swapping the ports around. Bottom line is, it's a kit, it should be that hard. The problem is, and this is where you run into the crux of it, and this is the part that makes it hard as a reviewer. Is this Seabor's fault? Because Seabor doesn't make they don't make the electronics. They just go, okay, we'll grab this and we put it in the box and we ship it to the customer. That's kind of the problem with kits, is they're just throwing stuff in a box for you. So they're supposed, the thing is, yes, but they're not taking a, Seabor isn't grabbing, these, Seabor isn't just grabbing, like, this is an octopus, right? That's a Big Tree Tech octopus, right? It comes in the box, you got your cables, your packaging. They're not taking this and they're doing everything. They're not installing the firmware, they're just taking this and they're putting it in the box. So Big Tree Tech does whatever validation Big Tree Tech does, and they just take it and they put it in the box. Yeah. Try new cables. We've tried new cables. I've tried 3 different sets of USB cables. I've tried all kinds of different cables. I've tried recrimping the connections. We've tried to remove so many variables that I'm getting to the point where we're about to rip a brain out. And I might just throw a Leviathan in there and call it a day. I'm this close to just ripping it out and throwing a Leviathan in there. But even then, I can't even use the Leviathan, because it's all-wheel drive. I need 4 motors. So I would be able to do the Leviathan, but I wouldn't be able to take advantage of the 5160s on this. That's kind of dumb. Because I need 3... No, I couldn't even use the Leviathan. I couldn't even use the Leviathan, because then I can't even use the Leviathan, because you're mixing and matching motors. So, yeah. So that's that. So, is what it is. What you're going to do, though, is you're going to enter for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, subscribe if you're new here. And if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, check out those links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Buy some gamer subs to use code Canuck, save an extra 10% off this order. And if you're really cool, consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. Num num num. Would you recommend the Urkva V2? Is it stable for 20-hour prints? I haven't used one, so I can't give you a personal opinion on it, but from my understanding, it's better than the Urkva V1 in every way, and people have had good luck with that. There you go. If you're new here, I very rarely straight up will say yes, no, and recommend stuff wholeheartedly, unless you give me a lot of reference information so I can understand what you're looking for, or I have a lot of personal experience with something. I don't really yes, no type answers. Have you tried thermite? No. I have not. Not yet, at least. Tannerate's legal in Canada, by the way. What do I think about the Creality K2 Plus with their AMS system? You want to know the worst answer I can give for that? Best case scenario, it works as good as bamboo. That tells you everything you need to know about Creality and their AMS system, or really any other AMS system that uses that form factor. Best case scenario, it's as good as a bamboo. The K2 is bigger though, so if you need a bigger machine, there's that for it going for you, which could be nice if that's what you're looking for. Okay, let's do some HueForge. Somebody give me some fancy art. I need something artsy. I've been doing, you know, black and white stuff on the HueForge over the last little bit. The S is cut out. So I've been playing around with the HueForge. I'm starting to get the hang of it. So I think we'll do some HueForging tonight. I need some art though. Somebody give me some art. We'll do a HueForge on the art. Oh God, this computer. I forgot this computer has Windows installed in it. And it's like, or all my computers have Windows, but like I haven't un-Microsoft this computer in a while. Cool. Cancel. Okay. I need some art. Logo? No, my logo doesn't HueForge well. My logo does not HueForge well. I need some art. What are we gonna do? Somebody give me some art. Do a sweet Decepticon Soundwave mural. Well, I need an image. That's the thing. Decepticon art. Like, I don't know. We need some art. Windows, yuck. Yeah, the problem is with Windows, it does everything I need it to do with the least amount of headache. Linux is fun. I've got computers with Linux. And then what ends up happening is I get to the point where I need to install a piece of software that Linux doesn't support, and I end up going back to Windows. Have I tested Turtlebox? Nope, I don't have one. I will be getting one at some point in the future, but not today. Use some AI generation? Nope. I have no qualms with using AI in a situation where a human wouldn't be doing it. So example, my thumbnail. I am not artistic at all, and I don't have the budget to hire an artist. So I have no qualms about using shitty AI art of myself for a throwaway thumbnail on a video. But when it comes to actual art, yeah, no, fuck that dog. I don't like AI art. In terms of like art, I do not support AI art. Because here's the worst part of it. It's derivative. It does nothing unique. All it does, it just spits out what it thinks somebody else has already done. It's got no creativity to it. So I do not like promoting AI art, especially here. We're trying to find somebody's artwork to use. I'm not going to use some shitty regurgitated AI derivative art. Transformers. Actually, Transformers would be pretty good because it could do some purples. I've got... Oh yeah, we got to do something Decepticon. I forgot I got this. I got Starlight Twilight. That'd be really cool. What are we doing? Soundwave? Transformers. Soundwave. Art. Mike Tyson from his glory days. Who here watched the fight last night? Who here watched the fight last night? That was, I'm not going to say sad, but that was sad. And that was sad simply for the fact that, like, I'm getting old. We're all getting old. Let me make sure safe search is on. Should be okay. Attempted to watch. Oh, that's the funny thing. So the best part is, I totally have Netflix. But the best stream quality I got was watching a live stream on Twitter of a guy sitting there with his phone live streaming the event. Here's the thing. Mike is 58 years old. He had a pretty serious medical incident a couple months ago, if I remember correctly. And before that medical incident, he looked pretty good. And since then, he hasn't. So I kind of figured that was the way the fight was going to go. Half-Life art? I need higher resolution. It's got to be a pretty high resolution. Like, yeah, I know it's Half-Life Day, Half-Life 2. Tyson held the line. I give Tyson all the credit for hanging in there for the whole 8 rounds. I give him all the credit for that. As for Jake Paul, hey, how about you try fighting somebody who's actually in their prime and is actual serious contender instead of, you know, dragging people from non-boxing fields or people past their prime so you can beat up on them. Because, yeah, it might make entertainment, but they're not good fights. The female fighters, is this Serrano? Is that what her name is? She got robbed. She got robbed. Serrano got robbed. Show concussions. Yeah, it's funny. Everyone who is old, somebody link me some art in the Discord. I can't find anything. I have no idea what to use here. Check out ABC Art Attack. Oh, that'll work. See, stuff like this is really good for HueForge. We'll use this. We'll go with this. Stuff like this is really good for HueForge, simply for the fact that you don't have to match up the colors quite right. Because it's just artistic interpretation. Okay, so what do I have loaded in right now? I've got black, white, silver, yellow, red. So we got black, white, silver, yellow, and red. So we're probably going to want to get rid of one of these colors. So let's get rid of, we're probably going to want the red. We'll get rid of the silver and we'll replace the silver with we'll go with this polyalchemy. We'll use this stuff. So I've got my handy dandy TD1 here. Check Discord live stream. I linked in Astrophoto. I did no rights issues. Well, I mean, rights issues, I'm not selling anything, so I don't think rights issues should be an issue to worry about. Horsehead Nebula. That would be pretty cool, but I don't think it would come out too great with the detail. The multicolor system. I'm holding out for that because it looks really cool. The fact that it is, it appears to be a standalone AMS unit. Wow, that is not the color. GD 2.7 hex code is that. Okay. Wait, let me try this again. Try a different angle. Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, so that's PLA Polylight Starlight Twilight. So that is POLYMAKER Starlight Twilight. Add and close. Okay, Polymaker. So we'll get rid of the silver. Ooh, there we go. So it's kind of funny how like I want the black. Okay, so we got the black. We'll do that. Get these down. I'll probably get rid of the white altogether. Well, we're gonna want white. Gonna want some white. See, this is the thing. This is what I'm still learning, is the whole channel stuff. Color aware. So we got red, blue, green. See, it's a lot of reds. Reds and blues. Blue, red. Red, blue. There we go. Okay. So, get some red in there. Yes. Tool changers for the win. Yeah, tool changers are fun. See, this is funny. I did this the other day and I had no issues getting stuff to work right. And it's like, I'll just try around. It's all about playing around with the levels. Just trying to find the right level. Because what this essentially does is it just makes a height map. Clip depth, static depth. And then it just changes the colors based on the layer. So I want more red. Get rid of the white altogether. I don't even know if that color's coming in. Okay, so we'll go with the yellow. Okay, so we'll yellow there. The red just overpowers it like crazy. I don't like that. What do you think the Prusa surprise is going to be? Personally, I hope it's a single tool head Core XY machine. I really hope Prusa realizes that that segment of the market is missing, and they need to get in there. They really need to make a standalone machine that can compete with the current trend of enclosed Core XYs. Because Prusa not having an enclosed Core XY in their lineup, when that is the hot ticket with everyone else, in my opinion, is really hurting them. I really think it is hurting them. I know they have it in the print farm setup. That's the problem. They have an enclosed Core XY. Prusa has an enclosed Core XY. They have one. It's just part of a print farm. Ooh, there we go. I don't like the blue eyes, though. Something like that. Maybe something like this? Something like that? What do you think? I don't like the blue eyes. Can I swap? Trying to think. You know what? You know what? Here, I know what we'll do. 0.04. 24. There we go. Okay. So what I've done there is before it was doing 0.08 layer heights, and I've dropped it to 0.04, which should allow more blending. The XL enclosure is crazy expensive. We printed it is what it is. It's all custom components, custom stamping. It is what it is. It's use white and get rid of the pink. We don't have pink. That isn't pink. That's a I mean, I could put white in. Let's try white. Yeah, let's try white. I want this to be black. Got white eyes there. See, on the bright side, it's all artistic interpretation, right? So I can just do whatever. Ooh, oh. There we go. How's that look? How's that look? How's that look? Okay, put a little bit more white. Don't think about it there. There we go. There we go. I think. Oh. Booyah. This is what I mean with HueForge. It's kind of, you just kind of have to like fiddle with it. And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicks in. There you go. So this is what I mean with HueForge. Like, HueForge is awesome. Just watching the sausage get made is disgusting. Because it's just, you're sitting here, and as you use it more, you get more and more used to it. And you kind of figure out the process and what works, and it kind of, it's like the Matrix, right? You know, when Tank is showing, like, or not Tank, who's the guy who ends up being the bad guy. He's like, yeah, you look at the code and I see, you know, brunette, redhead, whatever. It's like, it's kind of like that. You look at it at first and you're like, what the heck's going on? And then all of a sudden you just kind of like, huzzah, it works. We figured it out. We're good. Okay, so I got to change a color. I got to add this blue. So that means I got to unload the silver. So home, filament, change filament. Which one's the silver? That is 2. Spoilers, mouse. What? Okay, so let's file. Save project as. We're gonna call this, I don't know, girl in mask. Cool. File. Exports to till. Girl in mask. Cool. Okay. Downloads. Save. Already exists. Did I already save that as a 3D object? Whatever. Cool. Okay. Now I need my processor. Cipher, not mouse. Oh, from the Matrix. Yeah. So I kind of screwed up. I'm not wearing shoes. Normally I wear shoes when I'm in here, but I'm not today. And my feet hurt already. Okay, what do we got for colors here? So I got to unload that. So we got, what are we going to have? We're going to have black, blue, white. Okay, so we got black, blue, white. And then we've got yellow and red. Okay. Loading girl with mask. Happy feet. Wombo combo. And then scribe. So this tells you your instructions. So what layer height you should be printing at and whatnot. So what I normally do is I move this off screen because I got 2 screens on my computer. So this way I can look at it. So print settings. So we have a print 100% infill layer height of 0.04. And the first layer is 0.16. Perimeter shear, whatever. Infill, 100% infill. That's rectangular, cool. And then we gotta let this kind of slice for a minute. So we let that do that. Tempted to get an ERCFA and mess with HugeForge. The cool thing with HugeForge is you do not actually need a multi-material system. Yes, the camera's probably gonna wig out a bit. You don't actually need a multi-material system to do HugeForge, because the way HugeForge works, it basically only needs a couple filament changes. So you can pretty much just get by manually changing the filament. By the way, I've moved a bunch of these from 6mm back to regular size Bowden tube. I've undone my my mod. The only one I'm keeping at full 6mm would be this one, and that's for flexibles. Everything else, yeah, the camera's really wigging out. It takes a while to slice this stuff. It takes a while to slice this stuff. Which printer are gonna put it on? I don't know. I was gonna put it on the Seabor if I can get it working. Is that color correct? Yes. Return. There we go. Hot. Getting lagging? I said we were gonna lag. Anytime I slice something, it screws up the rendering. How's the audio? As long as the audio doesn't crap out, we should be okay. Yeah, man. Make an infill. Needs more power. This is actually the weakest computer. The one I use in the garage has more. This is an i3 2100K, I believe. Still plenty good for streaming. Okay, so these are your instructions right here. This is your cheat sheet. So we start with black. It always starts with black, or whatever your first color. At layer 14, swap to blue. Okay, so at layer 14, change to blue. At layer 19, change to red. At layer 26, change to yellow. And at layer 30, change to white for the rest. And there we go. Slice now. So we got black, blue, red, yellow, white. Okay. YouTube wouldn't have lost it. Its OBS is wigging out, which it normally doesn't. Send to connect. Oop. And set that and confirm. Don't knock it. $10 for the Ryzen upgrade fund. Please don't. I've got enough Ryzen computers. I can't. The problem is I have three computers in my household are Ryzens. But they're all Ryzen AM4s. So my main desktop, it's great because I did that because as I upgrade stuff, I can just move stuff down the line. So like my main desktop has a 3950 in it, which originally had a 3700X. That 3700X got bumped down to the streaming computer, which had a 3100 in it. And that 3100 got bumped down to my Unraid server now. So it's nice. So the problem is, if I were to get another Ryzen processor, one, this is Intel, so I'd have to replace the motherboard, which I don't want to do. Like the only upgrade I could really do that makes sense without going to AM5 would be like a 5800X3D or 5700X3D, which is funny because it has half as many cores as my 3950, but because it has X3D V-cache or whatever it is, it's much more powerful. What's occurring this evening? We're doing HueForge, and we're gonna print and chill. Tonight's stream is probably gonna be shorter too. After all the fun with the Seaboard, I just wanted to do a nice, relaxing, low stress stream. We got a HueForge cooking off. I found my Nunavut license plate that I acquired while up in Nunavut. Let's just say there may or may not be a government vehicle up there missing a license plate. We're past the statute of limitations, so nothing can happen. Whereas smaller scale, you got the big Prusa shill money, spend it, which is hilarious. Cheesy potato. Can you explain to me how I'm a Prusa shill? Like, Prusa has never paid me a dime. They've given me some printers. They did give me the XL, to be fair. They gave me the XL. They sent me this one, and they sent me that one, and they sent me that. So with all the free printers Prusa has given me, how am I a shill? Personally, I view a shill as somebody who does it for profit. Me having printers, I mean, if you guys want to get technical, I did an inventory yesterday. I have 41 printers. I have 41 3D printers. 4 of them are resin, the rest are FDM, 12 or 13 of them are Vorons. So, like, me having printers doesn't make me a shill. If I were to say, hey, the only printer you should buy is this printer and hawk the affiliate link like a mofo, then yes, I would consider that being a shill, because then I could get money. My personal definition of promotion or being or sponsored or whatever, can I use it to pay my mortgage? Simple as that. If what you give me, I can't use to pay my mortgage, I don't view that as being a shill or selling out. Simple as that. Yeah. By the way, for the 40 printers I have, believe me, a lot of them are not in, like, there's an Anycubic X2 right here that I got just out of camera. I haven't used it in like 2 years. It's just sitting here, and there's still resin in the vat. Nero is a Voron shill. Well, that I admit to. I'm on the Voron team and all. Yeah, my mortgage company doesn't offer a good exchange rate on 3D printers. That is very true. Say something bad about them. I believe Prusa really needs to step up their game in terms of quality of life features with their printers. The fact that a $1,000 machine, the fact that a multi-$1,000 machine doesn't ship with a camera is absolutely pathetic in today's day and age, in my opinion. Also, the fact that they do not have something that could be considered a direct competitor to the Bamboo series of machines or the current crop of enclosed Core XYs. They're really leaving a lot on the table. I understand why, though. They produce stuff in a Western European, Eastern European country. The manufacturing costs are not going to be as cheap as China. Yes, you can get into the semantics of like the cost of labor of a Czech employee is almost the same as the cost of labor as a Chinese employee. Sure, cool. You don't have Big Papa Winnie the Pooh offsetting your costs to allow you to compete even more aggressively on an international scale. You can't. So obviously they're not going to be able to come out with a machine that uses all custom die stamped frames for the frame of the printer. You're going to be using stuff like extrusions to try and get the price down. It is what it is. It's kind of the nature of the beast when you manufacture in different areas. Like if I set up a 3D printing company and I wanted to sell printers, you know where I would set it up if I was in the US? Wherever the closest send cut send is. Like it is what it is. Prusa's an 800. You got to stop looking at motion systems. I really think people care too much. Like, I'll admit, I'm probably a big proponent of this. Like the fact that I call Enders V-wheel bed flingers. Like, I think a lot of people shit on bed flingers because of, we got it in our heads that bed flingers suck because so many bed flingers suck and they're cheap and they're crappy. But just because a motion system has a lot of bad printers doesn't mean the motion system itself is bad. Simple as that. At the shop I worked at, we had near $1 million CNC machines. Guess what? The bed moves back and forth on those. Motion system isn't as important as it used to be. Like back in the old days, before we had clipper and input shaping and all that fancy stuff, if you wanted to go fast, you pretty much had to get a delta, and that was pretty much it because of the kinematics. Now we can get around the kinematics. It's not as important as it used to be. Prusa should jump on Clipper. I personally, actually, I gotta look this up. Does the XT90 run Clipper? Does the XT90 run Clipper? Because it's on its own firmware. The XT90 has its own firmware. Prusa Pro, or HT90, sorry, HT90. Clipper is math. Clipper is great for hobbyists. It runs Clipper. There you go. Prusa has a machine that runs Clipper already. There you go, HD90. Prusa sells a machine that has Clipper. Simple as that. XT90 is a connector, you're right. I'm personally not a huge fan of putting Clipper on commercial machines. Simply for the fact that Clipper is, it's too powerful. It exposes too much to the end user, and people are dumb. I don't know how to say it, but if for a commercial machine, I much rather see for Marlin or Duet. I'm not a huge fan of putting Clipper on commercial machines. It's very powerful firmware. It can do a crazy amount of stuff. The fact that you can feed it G-code with Python code embedded in it, and it just understands it. You can make macros with else-if statements and all kinds of funky shit. Clipper is great, but it is not a prime time firmware. It's definitely a hobbyist power user firmware, in my opinion. Yes, a person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, and you know it. Yeah, it is. I like the fact that Prusa does not have cameras and does not. So why Ben? Exactly. Why Ben brings up a good point. It is much easier to integrate it into a business. And that's something a lot of people seem to like gloss over in our little hobby here, because we're in our little ecosystem here, our little bubble. Cheesy potatoes. I can go for some cheesy potatoes right now. Get to 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Little Timmy buying a 3D printer to print little meme prints isn't the biggest market in 3D printing. It's the company that bought 100 of them. And there's how many of those companies that exist, or how many schools have bought fleets of machines with service contracts. So having a machine, like, I really like Prusa simply for the fact that, you know, if this needs to go into a business, I just undo a screw here and rip out the Wi-Fi module. This doesn't have Wi-Fi now. This machine is fully air-gapped and is acceptable by most businesses. Most businesses have a lot of weird rules when it comes to what they allow on their networks or even in the building, especially nowadays. Network security with companies, I know I say this a lot, is a massive thing now. There's so much corporate espionage at companies doing it to companies, and countries doing it to countries, and companies doing it to countries, and countries doing it to companies. It is a massive thing, corporate espionage. So yeah, you know, hey, I work for a company that, like, even in the mold shop I worked with, we had design files for Teslas, for the Corvette. You know, every time a new Corvette comes out or any sports car, we have to make the parts for it. We're making those parts a year and a half before the car comes out. So we have the CAD files for these cars that aren't released a year out. Hi, do you have a Starlink? That's the rectangle Starlink. I built the mold for that. I'm sure the CAD files for a Starlink terminal before production would have been very valuable to somebody. So, and that's just a mold shop, an independent mold shop. Imagine like Tesla themselves or any other big company. So yeah, hey company, can I install a Raspberry Pi on your network? And you give it credentials, access to your network. Will you let me do that? Yeah, great. Okay. How long till the first corporate war? I don't know. I really hope everyone, every press conference with Trump, reporters ask, what does Elon think about it? I'm really hoping they do that. Because you know it's going to be funny. It's going to drive him insane. I don't know. Depends how much you like cyberpunk. Trust me, the rules are really not weird. They're totally necessary. I know. The shop I worked for, we almost got hit with a ransom attack because a shop that we did business with, a lot of shops work with each other. They'll like contract out, oh shoot, we don't have enough time to get this done. We'll contract out the handwork or whatever. So different shops email themselves all the time, or email each other all the time. And a guy in our office got an email one day from a contact at another shop that he knew going, hey, here's the invoice for the last quote. And that was the email with a link. If he had clicked that link, it would have compromised our entire network security, because at the previous company that email came from, somebody had clicked that link, it had installed malware on their computer that infected their whole network, took over their entire email system, and sent out that email to every single person's contacts, saying, hey, here's a link to the quote from our previous discussion. So yeah, it's insane. It's insane. So yeah, the amount of hoops a mate of mine had to jump through to get Bamboo allowed on a university network is insane. Yeah, the Bamboo machine, simply for the fact that the Bamboo machines in their stock setup, all files go through the cloud. And remember, the cloud is just some other dude's computer. Simple as that. So you don't have to worry about, you know, what Bamboo might do with your stuff. You might be a little concerned with them using, you know, people uploading. Does Bamboo have an AI thing in their TOS on their Maker World website? I don't know if Fangs has one. I can't remember. But like, that's totally going to be a thing going forward. That, why do you think all these companies want you using their sites uploading files? It's all data training now. It's ridiculous. AI is going to be the death of us. It is horrible. I get to fish like 8. Oh yeah, white hat hackers have fun. I mean, you want to know the easiest way to hack a company? Oh, hey, I found this SD card in the parking lot. I wonder what's on it. Easiest way to hack a company. Our whole shop went down for a month over ransomware. Yep, it's a thing. It's a huge thing. You got to be really careful about that stuff nowadays. I don't know if we'll be able to get a view of the Prusa. I could probably stack up like 20 boxes of filament. How long of a cable do I have? I do not have that long of a cable. Uno momento, por favor. S'il vous plaît, bibliothèque. Oh, Pupper, come say hi. Come say hi. Come say hi. Ah, spider, get him. Get the spider. Get the spider. Ah, no, you want to see the doggo. Here's the doggo. There's the cocoa press. I was using that a little bit earlier. Come here. Hey, hey, buddy. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. A good boy. Aw. You doing good? You doing good? He's doing good. He's doing good. He's hanging in there. Okay, I gotta find that thing I was looking for. I know I have one. Maybe I put it in here. What could I use? Maybe this? Maybe this will work? So wait on that. There we go. There we go. Fortunately, this doesn't have a zoom. There we go. Troy J, $4.99. Good boy. He's Coda. Will I get the Creality AMS? If they send me it. I don't have the budget to just go out and buy any new shiny thing to do videos on. I rely on stuff being sent to me. So if Creality wants to send me a K2 with the AMS or whatever, are they calling it the AMS? What are they calling it? Hopefully they don't call it the AMS. Come up with your own name, guys. You know, I personally don't think, yeah, they could call it something else. Yeah, personally, I hope they come up with a better name than AMS. I don't think AMS is a great name for something like that. But I would like to see them, I would like to try it out. I would like to try it out. Where did the screws go? I had screws for this. How did I lose the screws for this? Are they in here? No? How did I lose the screws for this? I need to put this on there so I can actually load filament in it properly. So this is the downside. I have all my screws and everything are in the other room in the garage. So it's like I don't have any of my equipment down here. I've got my LTT store screwdriver, a soldering iron, and that's about it. That's all I got down here. Oh, here's one screw. I got one screw. I'll use one screw. One screw will work. One screw will work. Now I need this guy. No, one screw won't work. Not long enough. I'm probably gonna have to go to the garage and get more screws. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to go to the garage. Okay, we'll do that later. Hate that the AMS has become the brand name. AMS is the brand name. Well, it's like MMU, multi-material unit. So I've got most of it filmed. I'm redoing. I talked about this yesterday, I think. I was gonna do a video on, like, you know how everyone, it's coming up on the end of the year and it's time for your annual YouTuber shill video where I just tell you either all the products I use or my top printers of the year and just promote the heck out of something with affiliate links. I don't like doing that. You guys know that. So I was going to do a video where I just kind of talk about generalization of things that you should keep in your mind. I think I'm going to break that out into separate videos. I'm going to re-record a bunch of it and I'm going to break it out into separate videos. And it's just going to be like, the first one will just be like a generic, keep like just a blanket quick overview, and then I'll do like a separate video on MMUs, because I really think we should be talking about MMUs in two different types of. Stop calling this multi-material. That's what I want people to stop doing. I want to stop calling single nozzle setups multi-material setups and call them multicolor setups. In my personal opinion, the only thing that's a true multi-material setup is IDEX or tool changers. That's kind of my thoughts on it. This is a multicolor setup. I'm not putting TPU, ABS, PETG, and dissolvable filament all in the same thing on a Prusa Mark IV. You can, but it is not optimal in a way that I would consider it proper. The government is a hard pass on all bamboo printers. Considering the government, if I'm not mistaken, DJI is pretty much banned by name on all US government property. If I'm not mistaken, that's a thing. And considering bamboo and DJI are, it kind of makes sense. Near on a tangent. The whole video tonight is a tangent. I should do a video on using AI to troubleshoot clipper issues. Think Code Assistant. Nope. Code Assistant I'm okay with because it's basically autofill. I am personally, okay. Who does this? Does anyone in chat do this? I see this on Twitter, and I'm assuming it's Twitter users doing it because there's a certain demographic on Twitter that just loves the platform. But it's like, a question is put out, and then somebody just replied, I asked Grok this. This is what it said. It's like, no, I could have asked, if I wanted the AI's answer, I would have asked the AI. I'm asking humans. But the problem is on Twitter, you don't even know what a freaking human is anymore. Check the XL print. Why? That's fine. It's putting the first layer down. It's a big first layer. What about the X1E? Does that handle security better than the X1? The X1E, if I'm not mistaken, is the X1 with a heater, which it needs because the stock X1 basically dumps heat like a mofo because it's got holes all in it and the panels are super thin, so it doesn't suck hole in the... What do you mean it's not printing right? It's the light? What? It's printing fine. What are you talking about? It's printing fine. That first layer is immaculate. Oop. That first layer is immaculate. What size is the spool? It's a 2 kilo. This is a 2 kilogram spool. Just looked like a white blob on the camera. Oh. U.S. schools are federally funded and cannot buy anything not on a specific list. Phil Morris, I'm glad you brought that up. Why do you think Prusa has production facilities in the U.S. now? It's called thinking ahead. It's the CFS. The one thing I like about those systems, I have it here. You could tell I was filming a video on multi-material stuff because I've got this here. Yeah. Like, when you think about it, like, this is how Prusa does multi-material on their machine. This is bamboo. Which one do you think is the cleaner package? But this is a more complicated package. And it's not as expandable. Like, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. This is the problem with standards, okay? This is an AMS. It's designed to fit on a 250 printer. Look. This is roughly how wide an X1, a P1 is, and this is the AMS. That makes sense. So if you're Creality and you make the K2, which is this big, why are you still making a 4-unit CFS? Why didn't you make a 5-unit? This does 5 colors. You have no idea how practical 5 colors is versus 4. When it comes to doing multicolor prints, you have no idea how many times when you got 4 colors, you can't do something. You have to like cheat. X1E also has an on-off for network adapters. Yes, that is true. The X1 allows you to turn off the network connections, which is funny because the price difference between the two is hilarious. The fact that they charge that much extra to put a switch and add a heater. But I think it comes with extra support. Tax and limited liability only applies to U.S.-based firms. Importers risk getting sued, IRS, and exceeding grace threshold. Yeah, I'm not in America. I'm Canadian, as you can tell, and I don't do anything business related. So simple question: tool changer versus material changer. It depends. This is why I'm probably going to try and do a standalone video on multicolor. I might do that quickly and do that tomorrow. We'll see. Do you want to make stuff like this? If all you care about is doing cool color prints like this in PLA or PETG, like the same filament throughout the whole thing, and you really don't, you're not going to be doing it so much where the amount of waste in both material from purging and time, because this and the AMS system takes like what, a minute to do a filament change. This takes a couple seconds. So it depends on what you need the system to do. If it's like occasionally I might do a multicolor print randomly, then a single nozzle setup like the MMU or the AMS or the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder make more sense. If it's like, no, I need to be able to print PETG with TPU and PLA and dissolvable support material all at the same time, get a tool changer. Simple as that. Also, it depends on what machine you have. Because newsflash, if you own a Bamboo, the only option you have is what Bamboo deems you're allowed to have. If you got a Prusa, with the stock firmware and everything, you can only really use the MMU. Yeah, you can do like 3D Chameleon, and if you're okay with modifying firmware, yeah, you have more options. But you're not going to be putting this guy on a Creality. You're not putting a Bamboo AMS on a Voron. You know, they said they would. What happened? You said you wanted to work with Voron, Mr. CEO of Bamboo, in that interview with CNC Kitchen. You said you wanted to work with Voron, and then I'm like, hey, I'm from Voron. I would like to put an AMS on my Voron. And then you ghosted us. What happened? Anyways, yeah. So unless you have a custom DIY machine, or you're very okay with modifying the machine and firmware, your option for your multicolor, multi-material setup is going to be whatever the company sells for the machine. Simple as that. Plus, you can have one tool at 250, one at 200 they print. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, think about it, Brent. If you got a Bamboo and you're trying to print PLA and ABS at the same time for whatever reason, you're switching from like what, a 210, 220 nozzle to a 250, 260 nozzle. So what happens if you print a bunch of PLA at 220, or correction, the other way around. You print a bunch of ABS at 260, and then you switch from printing that at 260 next, then you got to go to a PLA at say 210. And then you're trying to purge out that slug of ABS at 210. That's a jam risk. Have you heard any more about 3D Chameleon open source? I heard they're going open source, and that's cool. It's a cool system. I think it just kind of, if a company, like if a big company had taken the 3D Chameleon and kind of rolled with it and put out, like sent it to all the reviewers and did a big push trying to get more people knowing about it, take the time to get the firmware set up easier, get the integration, like have like native integration in Octo or in Orca Slicer, for example, instead of having to do the post-processing stuff and whatnot. I think it could have been a little bit more popular than it was. Simple as that. I have one. I played with it. It worked fine. It's just I didn't really use it a lot because I don't do that kind of printing. Box Turtle. Box Turtle will be cool. Cobra 3 combo got no love here, boo. Well, because it's a Cobra 3. The X1 purges at 280. You can tell it, yeah, that's right. You can tell it to purge at a higher temperature. But then you also risk some materials get degraded at those higher temperatures. So you got to be careful. I ever tell you this thing does amazing first layers? Like, I can't show you. Well, I can show you a failed print. This I stopped after one layer, but like, it's so smooth. It was like 1 or 2 layers, but it's like, oh, they're so consistent. Do I know anything about OpenAMS? Personally, I do not. I haven't looked into it. I kind of stepped away, and if you may have noticed, I've kind of stepped away from projects over the past year. I was talking with the X1 Plus guys for a bit there. It's, I don't know if it's a mixture of just, I don't want to, like, I don't know. I'm okay with promoting stuff. But, like, I don't want to have my, like, I don't know. I felt I was getting my hands in too many pots. Like, I didn't want to get involved with all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't know. It's looking kind of slow. It's a first layer at 0.16 layer height. Okay. Like, do you want me to tell it to go faster? It's a first layer. First layers are always slow. Because guess what? If your first layer goes slow, the odds of success go up. Because guess what? If the first layer is poop, well, the print's ruined. I always have my first layer slow. I always go slow on the first layers. It's called insurance. Also, I squish them more than you're supposed to. Have you seen the filament dryer mod for the Prusa XL with S4? I know what the S4 is, but I haven't seen the mod. Is it just like a way to hook it up? Don't want to promote beta test units. On the stream, no. I've spoken with like LDO offered me a box turtle kit, a pre-production one, and I asked for the production one. You guys remember when I did the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder? I have it right here. You guys remember when I built this guy? Remember this? Remember when we built this guy? How much of a mess that stream was? I still get people comment on that stream, on the videos on that stream. Hey, this is different than the manual. I'm like, yes, I know. I know. Believe me, I know. But yeah. Yep, the slowest first layer is the one you have to print twice. Exactly. Okay, let's get a printer out. Let's put a printer on. Let's put a printer on. What are we gonna print? What printer should I grab from the room? What printer should I acquire from the pile? And we shall print stuff with. By the way, I was going through stuff. I found this. Who remembers this guy and what this was for? I don't know why I still have this. Can you link it? You can't link stuff in YouTube chat. You have to, if you want to link something, you have to link it in the Discord. The Micron. The Micron is missing a tool head. I stole parts out of the Micron. The Tico, I don't have a Tico. I've got a V0 down here. It's an older V0. Let's get the V0. Yeah. This guy hasn't been turned on in a while. Oh my God, I forgot how light these were. Yeah, this hasn't been turned on in so long. Oh man. I don't even know if this has Wi-Fi credentials. I don't remember if I built this before or after I changed my Wi-Fi. I don't remember. Okay, so first things first, it's on. I didn't turn it off. This was the one, if you don't know what this V0 was, this is the V0 we built in a day. This was the V0 we built in a day. I don't know the last time this machine printed anything. Oh my God, what is it called? Oh, I don't even have it on this computer because this computer is, oh man, okay. Do I have a Legacy and a V1? I do have a V1. I don't have a Legacy. Voron Legacy is the only Voron I do not own. I don't know if this is on my Wi-Fi. Because there was a period in the past 2 years that I renamed my home Wi-Fi network. And I don't know if this is on it. Okay, the screen's not working. Is it? It should be on. Okay, everything's on. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is on. I mean, I got Ethernet. I could just plug it in via Ethernet. Might just do that. Oh wait, no, it might. Oh, it's not on this network. That's why. That's why it's not on that network. LDO V2. Why are you on that network? Prusa, the XL. Site B. Nope, nope. It is not on the network. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, this is a V01. This is not a V02. Okay, shove the Wi-Fi cable in there. Or the Wi-Fi, I mean the Ethernet. Let's see if we get this now. I don't have lights on the Ethernet port. That's not a good sign. The Ethernet's not flashing. See how fast it goes till skip steps. Yeah, this might not have Wi-Fi credentials on it. So we might not be good to go. Ping me in the Discord. Ooh. That's pretty cool. If you have the room for a setup like that. Okay, let's see. Is this on here? What did I call this printer? What did I call this printer? Yeah, it's not on the network. Shoot. No Restomon on the Voron? No. Yeah, that's here. Let's turn it off. See if it'll boot up with Ethernet plugged in. See what we get. SVO8 mods? That would require me having an SVO8. Oh hey, now it's moving fast. By the way, that print is estimated to take, 8 hours? Okay, it's an 8-hour print. I mean, it's 50 layers at 0.04 layer height, so kind of makes sense. I think I called this guy Yukon, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have this guy on my home network. This isn't showing up. And yeah, okay, so this guy isn't on the network, unfortunately. So we're not going to print with this guy. Simple as that. I don't know why the Ethernet wouldn't work. Is it like off by default for whatever reason? Like the Ethernet connector is just off for whatever reason? It's named Yukon. Yeah, it's Yukon because it's gold. Okay, so that needs, this thing horribly needs firmware updates. Forgot about this guy. Let's see if this guy works. Remember this guy? When did we build this guy? This I was gonna give away at some point, and it never happened. Because it was supposed to be part of a giveaway, and then who I was organizing with didn't. I can't even remember what happened, but it all kind of fell apart. For Christmas, the problem with doing a printer giveaway is multifold. One, I live in Canada and shipping a completed printer is expensive. And two, I don't want to know where you live. Okay, so this one's on. The question is it on any networks? Oh yeah, we got the colors, I forgot. Woo! This last printed. It's been like 2 years. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. Over 2 years. Okay, let's unload the filament. Oh my god, fluid. When was the last? Oh god, fluid. Extruder 220. Hit the update button for the lulz. No. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's working. Here, let's wait. Just a little dusty. Just a little dusty. I don't know where I put the oh, I brought it to the garage. I brought the Vision Miner to the garage, I think. Yeah. Okay, somebody link me a dumb little fun print to print on this thing. Somebody give me a dumb little print to print on this thing. Oh, okay, that works. There we go. Okay, let's use that fancy Starlight filament that I was looking at earlier. Oh man. I can smell dust burning. You know how when you turn on your heating, your central heating for the first time in the year, how you could smell the burning? Yeah, I'm smelling that right now. I'm smelling the dust. I'm smelling the dust burn. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. We're loaded. We are going right into a print, by the way. 2 years of sitting doing nothing, and it's going to go right into a print. Okay, let's go Orca Slicer. Baked dust mites. Fans are healthy. That's how you know it's working. Okay, where is Voron B0? There we go. Okay. Did somebody give me something to print? I need something to print. Somebody link something in the Discord. Something fun. Mini octopuses are old. Let's see. What's popular right now? What's popular right now? Ooh, the Raven. That ain't gonna come out good. Do the gargoyle. Downloads. Okay, let's see. How big can we go? Make sure we're within the 120. Yeah, that's good. Slice. Generic PLA, standard Voron. I think it's a silk filament, but yellow. Okay. What I'm going to do, I am going to print with some skirts so I can live adjust that Z, hopefully. if I need to. Support G-code file, save. Jobs, upload and print, gargoyle. There we go. We'll see how this goes. I completely forgot this had the RGBs in it. A David Wall art. What's a David Wall art? Bunny. Oh, that would be a nightmare to print. How dare this printer be named? Is it nameless? It is nameless. Well, it's running fluid too. I gotta update this machine. I gotta give this thing an update. It's a little out of date. Just a little out of date. I mean, oh yeah. She needs a dusting. How are the belts? The tension's okay. YOLO. YOLO. Oh, by the way, I have the Cocoa Press out because I was using it. I got the Cocoa Press 1 to 2 upgrade kit ordered. So we'll be doing that hopefully before Christmas. We'll be doing the upgrade from a Cocoa Press V1 to a V2, or just Cocoa Press 1 to Cocoa Press 2. I don't think they have V names. See if it'll print upside down. Oh, well, we've done that. We've printed upside down on this before. We know it will. I didn't even home this machine. This machine hasn't been used. We built it. I've done like 2 test prints on it. And then it sat for 2 years. Over 2 years. Almost 3 years. This last printed in February of 2022. And I pulled it off the shelf. I loaded filament in it. And we're just going to print. Has the seaboard been lit on fire? No, it's in the garage. It's banished to the garage. I don't want to look at it. You missed the start of stream, Steve? For shame. Okay, now we're heating up the hot end. For shame, Steve. Everyone in chat, shame Steve. Do I have live chat on? Let me turn. Yeah, live chat's on. Okay. And then don't forget, we are doing the giveaway at the end of stream. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament, link in the video description. Printed dunce cap. How many printers do I have on a single circuit? It depends. Here in the garage, or here in the garage, here in this shop, everything's on one circuit because this is internal house. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all on the same circuit. Oh, actually, the rat rig is plugged in, but it's not on. Plus, I have the computer, plus the lights, plus anything else. We are the second owners of this house. The previous owner did the basement themselves. They finished the basement themselves. I've seen things you wouldn't believe in terms of how they did the basement. Who here knows what a hidden junction box is? Raise your hand if you know what a hidden junction box is. Raise your hand if you know that you're not supposed to have hidden junction boxes. Oh, it homed? Okay. Okay. that first layer is a little. Live adjust set. Live adjust set. Just like Joe said. Live adjust. There we go. It's going. It's actually going pretty good. How's that coming along? Good. Good. I think the XL is messing up the print currently. Why does everyone keep saying that? Is it because of what? Does it look like it's screwing up on the screen? Let me actually pull up OBS so I can see what you guys. No, it's fine. Yeah, you're just seeing things. So this is fine. This is fine. Also, wow, I completely forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize how I have the. Oh, that's why. I'm at f1.4. That's why I'm so. I can do the wait. Let me. Ready? Bokeh. Look at the bokeh, guys. Look at the bokeh. It's bokehing. Look at all that. Woo. Normally, in my garage, I run it at like f7 so that like everything's in focus, and I do that for builds so that way everything's in focus. But because I don't really do builds down here, I'm trying different stuff out. The nozzle looks like it's dragging a white blob. But it's printing black. How am I getting a white blob if I'm printing black? White is the last color I print with. Look at it go. I completely... Who sponsored this build? This was, Who was this? Because I remember this. This was supposed to be built, and then it was supposed to be part of a giveaway for something, and I can't remember what, and then something happened. The nozzle light? Oh, on the camera, yeah. Yellow spool is tangled? No, it's not. It's not even focused. How can you see that? What camera? This is just a Sony a5100, but it's got a Sigma 16 lens. It's a Sigma 16 lens on a Sony a5100. Now you're making me check the spool. It is not tangled. You sit upon a throne of lies. SMF? I think it might have been Lecter. Yeah, how's Lecter doing? I haven't spoken Lector. Oh, they're still around. Lecter's still around. Yeah, I think it was originally supposed to be... The plan was to build it and then do a giveaway for, I think, the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation. And then, like, something happened. Like, it just fell through or something, or... And then it just started collecting dust, and here we are. Yeah. Thoughts on Blue Sky? I like it so far. I'm on Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky. I don't have it on this computer, so I gotta Blue Sky. Let me actually log in here. Sign in. Next. No, that's not it. Nope. Zoom in on my face. There we go. Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky at Canuck Creator. Oh yeah, this is sad news. Somebody in my neighborhood owns a Cybertruck, which means I now have to see that thing. I'm liking it so far. It's not as... The reason I'm still on Twitter, and I probably will still stay on Twitter, there are certain communities that pretty much only exist on Twitter. Like, as much as I do not like Muskie, I love SpaceX. So I follow a bunch of SpaceX people and whatnot on Twitter. But Blue Sky, a lot of the 3D printing people seem to have moved over. And it's nice because you don't have to deal with all the political bullshit. It's a lot less antagonistic. And it's funny. How do I word this in a way that won't piss people off? Because this will piss people off. Anytime I made a post saying, hey, I have a Blue Sky account. I didn't say I was leaving Twitter. I just said, hey, I have a Blue Sky account. I'm using it now. Or anytime I see somebody else make a post saying they have a Blue Sky account or they're leaving, there's only one type of person that doesn't like that. And they make it very well known. It is hilarious. You only see people angry about you leaving Twitter from one specific type of person who happens to have one type of political alignment. But anyways, did I miss a rant? No, somebody asked my thoughts on Blue Sky. The Cybertruck modified. You know what really angered me? They could have made the Cybertruck good. All they had to do, in my opinion, like, and this is why I'm not a company, I don't make cars for a living, because it's like I would end up with the Homer. If you know, you know. Make a K car, but electric. Make it a K car, or K truck. Make it, you know, the Japanese K trucks? Make something akin to that, but electric. That's it. Give it like 200-300 kilometers. It's made for driving in the city. You can use it as a power bank at a work site. It's small. It's cheap. You can ding it. You don't care. Give it. You can still do the sheet metal. You can still do the stainless steel body panels. Just make it actually a practical truck instead of that thing. Electric K-truck would slap. I would love it. The problem is with electric is it's heavy. You can't make a light electric vehicle unless it has no range. That's the problem with EVs. EVs are heavy as shit. You can't get around that. And that's kind of why making an electric K car would kind of suck, because the range would be pretty limited. Initial D music. Deja vu? Stainless a bad idea? It's got pros and cons. Like, for example, my Subaru has aluminum panels. Ford F-150s have aluminum panels. I think that's a great idea. It makes the vehicle lighter and you don't have to worry about rust as much. So I'm a fan of that. Like, personally, if it was up to me, I love plastic on cars. I wish cars had more plastic on it. Plastic doesn't rust. And plastic's light. The problem is all the regulation for cars down a security limit to design. Yeah. EV shred tires. Yeah, there's so much weight. Talk to Hacksmith. I can call him up if you want. I can't. I don't have his number. We've talked a few times at events. And actually, he was at Joel's too when I was there. And he's only like 3 hours north of me. But I don't think there's like any sort of like, I don't know what I can offer to do a collab kind of thing. That's why you have to design cars for electric from the ground up. Yeah. It's actually surprising. We finally have, today was the first day I saw a Cybertruck with Ontario plates. I see F-150 Lightnings daily here, but I'm in an outlier area. I live near Windsor, Ontario, Canada, which is big with the big three, and it's right across from Detroit. So you see a lot of vehicles on the road here that are not the kind of vehicles you normally see. So for example, in here, where I'm at, I see a ton of Jeeps because we have a Chrysler plant here. And Chrysler employees get a pretty big discount on Stellantis. So they buy Jeeps because let's be honest, there ain't much else that Stellantis makes that's good. Then again, Jeeps aren't that good, but yeah. No, I'm 4 hours south of the GTA. If you look at a map of Canada and go south, and when you run out of Canada, that's where I'm at. Trucks are for golfers. A working man needs a van. Yeah, if you put an ad out looking for a contractor to come finish your basement, and a guy shows up in a '99 Plymouth Caravan or a Plymouth minivan, You know you got a good one. GTA, no, Greater Toronto area. Did I ever finish the T45? I did not. I think I jumped into it too soon. I bit off more than I could chew with that project. The F-150 price is insane. Oh, it's all insane. Car prices are stupid. Car prices are stupid right now. Don't you see a bunch of Pacificas? Not really, because they're too expensive. The problem is you buy a minivan because you give up. Okay? You bought the minivan because you gave up. The problem is I'm not going to spend $70,000 on something that I gave up for. Like, it used to be you bought, like, my parents had one. They had the Dodge Caravan. The cheap 19,800 base model Dodge Caravan. That's what you had back in the day. That's what you grew up with. That was the family vehicle. Because you buy it, your kids destroy it, and you throw it out. That's what a minivan's supposed to be. You buy it for that 10 years that they will just destroy whatever vehicle they're in, and you leave it. And you throw it out when you're done with it. Yeah, Stellantis. Yeah, they don't. It's ridiculous. Like, how cheap of a minivan can you buy now? You could tell tonight's a random night. Minivan. Okay, if I Google minivan. So let's see. According to Edmunds, let's see what the top minivans are. Chrysler Pacifica starts at $51,000. No! Honda Odyssey 38, but it's ugly as hell. Sienna 37. Kia Carnival. Pacifica. Yeah. Also, I hate how sites all want you to log in now. It's like, you're Edmunds. I'm not logging in. Yeah, this is the Lecter V0. Sienna. Do you know what I don't like? You know, pro tip for car people out there. If you own a car and you're in North America and you're going to park in a parking lot at a mall, pro tip, park next to the minivans. Kids can't swing the door open on a minivan. Sliding doors are awesome. Avoid Dodge Journeys. Dodge Journeys, in my opinion, are the door dinger car. Do not park next to a Dodge Journey. Because it is a minivan with doors. That's all it is. They're like, people don't want to buy minivans because they're minivans. So let's just take a minivan and put normal doors on it and call it the Dodge Journey. And then people will buy it used, treat them like shit, and then their kids will ding everyone's doors in parking lots. Yeah. CAD is at a 5-year low at the moment. I know. Ditto. Believe me, I know the Canadian dollar sucks. By the way, Google pays me in American. So I'm doing okay. One of the other reasons I can do what I do as a small YouTuber and do this full time on a pretty small channel with a low cost to keep the channel going. I run a very lean operation, and Google pays me in USD. So I'm okay. It just sucks when, put it this way. Where did we go? We went to the mall today. We went to KFC. We got a popcorn chicken combo. And I got a big crunch combo. Okay, so 2 combos at KFC at the mall. Cost me $36. I don't even made that much on the stream tonight. Okay, I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. Where's? Oh no, that's black tinfoil. I don't have tinfoil. I have 2 videos on my channel on how to fix your bamboo. One of them is the Band-Aid fix on how to fix, like, you know, if your bed sensor stops triggering, you can use like a piece of tape and fix it. And then one on actually fixing it. Not to wear my tinfoil hat, but those videos have been popping off lately. I've been getting the uptick on those older videos a lot lately on fixing bamboos. I'm not saying there's a correlation, but I've been getting a lot of comments from people going, thank you, this fixed my problem. Printing a yeah, we're printing a gargoyle. And then the Prusa is doing, quit moving camera. I keep bumping it, that's why. The Prusa is doing a hue forge. The Prusa is, we're hue forging this. I'm kind of peeved I didn't get the blue around the eyes. Maybe yeah, that would have been. But it is what it is. Steve Alpha, $5 for the KFC fund. Because of the Black Friday sale. Yeah. May it be time to do more content on the Bamboo? Do you want to know what's funny? I haven't used my X1 in... at least 6+ months. I haven't used the X1 in like at least 6 months. I haven't needed to. Now, like honestly, the XL has killed any remaining use the X1 had for me. Because for the longest time, I was only using the X1 for filament rollover. That was it. Like every now and then I would have to do the odd multicolor print for like a 2-color fan shroud or something. And I would use that. Or filament rollover doing cosplay stuff. After that, this has taken over for all my multicolor printing. And I've started using bigger spools, so I don't need to do filament rollover as much. Wayne, gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. How's the HueForge going? It is going. I've been doing quite a bit of it lately. I don't have it. Did I leave it in the garage? Oh, I did. Let me go grab it. 1 second. And let me grab some shoes. My feet hurt. Where did it? Shoes. There we go. There we go. There we go. Aha. It's funny, I've left so much of the HueForge stuff in the garage, but yeah, I did this one yesterday or the other day. So this is, let me actually pull up the picture here. Large icons. No, that's Robert E.T. View, large icons. Sort by date modified. Yeah. So this is some fan art from Armored Core 6. And then this is the HueForge of it. So yeah, so it's cool because you can like, I wanted a sunset kind of feel to mine. So I used yellow instead of gray. So I added more yellows and reds to mine to give it a kind of like sunset kind of look to it. So that's the original art. And then my HueForge. So. And then I've done a few other ones. I'm sure you all know the General. Isn't he grand? Robert E.T. This is the Super Happy Fun Time ending from Baldur's Gate 3. And then I did the astronaut. And then this was the first attempt at the HueForge, the Armored Core one. It didn't turn out as good. And I also did the Baldur's Gate logo. That came pretty good. That one worked out pretty good. But yeah, it's definitely something you kind of just have to just throw at it. You just load up the colors and start fiddling and keep dialing it in, and then it just clicks. Vasily gifted a community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. for bonding leftover filament and then respool. I don't really bother with that because I have filament rollover solutions. I know Sunloop, I think Joel just put a video out on the Sunloop connector. The problem with a filament joiner, in my opinion, you have to sit there and unspool and then respool. That's kind of annoying. Like if you had a bunch of like partial spools, you would have to, you know, join, unload, reload, and then put them on a spool. I much prefer just a filament rollover solution. So it just automates it. You don't have to deal with it. We're using to cut out the PNGs. I'm not. I'm just throwing the PNG right in. This was a demo. This was included with HueForge has some example projects. That was one of them. But I'm not cutting out the PNGs. This is literally, by the way, you want high resolution because HueForge is kind of like 1-to-1. You don't want to modify the file, like you don't want to stretch it. This is a 1080p screenshot from a video game in a HueForge. So this is what 1920 by 1080, you get this. So you want high resolution. The higher resolution, the better. Because remember, once it spits out the STL, you can't really modify it. Because if you modify it, you might be able to modify the XY, but you can't modify the Z, because if you modify the Z, it throws out all the calculations for when you do the layer changes and whatnot. And you can't just like scale it. It doesn't work that way. So you might be able to stretch it on the X and Y, but you can't really on the Z at all. Maybe I'll try it with this one. After this one finishes, I might do this one again, but I'll stretch it in the XY and see if it makes any change. Does it do ironing? I don't even know if I have ironing enabled. You might want to have ironing enabled. I don't know. Steve, if you're here, are you supposed to turn on ironing for HueForges? I haven't. I'm using default settings. You want to under extrude a bit too. That's the only thing I've really learned so far. You want to under extrude a couple percent. Would you recommend the Seaboard Trident? I can't say right now. My Seaboard Trident is a lemon. I can't get it to actually function. On a numbers point, if you just look at the specs, I actually do really like it. I want to recommend it. Put it this way. I want to recommend the Seaboard Trident, but I can't get mine to work. But I don't really hold Seaboard responsible until I can figure out exactly what the problem is. And we've tried swapping out so much electronics that I still don't know what the problem is. So once I figure out what the problem is, I've narrowed it down to something that it's not Seaboard's fault. It's something that, because they don't make the controller board, they don't make the power supply. They included a component as a part of their kit that making it not work. So you can change back to the first color and stuff. I did HueForge 1520 color. Yeah, okay. I have a Sunlu FC01. I don't respool both, splice the ends from both spools together and then respool on. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, you have your one spool and you take the end of this and you splice it onto here and then you unspool this spool onto this spool. And then you do it again, and then you do it again. The problem is I'm too lazy to do that. I'd rather just throw them in and then it'll just automatically do it. It'll automatically feed from each spool. Yeah, honestly, like, here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you to not buy the Seaboard Trident. Even though I'm not having a great experience with it, I've had a lot of people say that they've had no issues with their kit. So I'm just going to kind of weigh my personal experience and the community experience together and go, you'll probably be okay. I just happen to have gotten a lemon. Which sucks. Believe me, I wish I spent the last week building a V2 instead of fiddling around with a Trident, but here we are. Here we are. Oh, it's definitely an electronics issue. It's definitely not a mechanical issue. Don't use ironing. Okay, good. I'm not. Sometimes you just get a lemon. Yeah, I honestly think I just got a lemon. It's just, there's something in there just making it not want to work, and it's super annoying. Also, one of the things, going back to what we were talking about earlier, one of the things I'm liking with Blue Sky so far is, let me pull this up so we can do a one-to-one comparison. Yeah. So if you don't know, Twitter, I have 15,000 followers on Twitter. I post a tweet going, hey, I'm going live, and with a link to my link, or a link to my video, and I get 9 likes. On Blue Sky, hey, I'm going live, I've only got, oh wow, I've got 564 followers already. Holy shit. Anyways, a fraction of the followers, more likes for going live. On Twitter, if you post a tweet, and I refuse to call it X, if you post a tweet with a link off-site, the algorithm buries it. It does not push it. It basically does not push it out to people like it would a normal post. It buries it because they don't want you leaving the site. Say if you say certain keywords too. If you say certain keywords on Twitter, the posts get buried. So. You should take the Fly Super 8 Pro you pulled out of the VZ bot and put it in the CBOR and run rep wrap. Maybe. I had a Friday afternoon SEO. I wonder if I can get it working right. Oh yeah, the Friday afternoon build. This is actually going really good. For a printer that hasn't printed in 2.5 years, almost 3, it's just chooching along. Best to scale your Hue Forges in the software. So in the Hue Forge software or the Slicer software? Because they're both software. Do I have any share info you could share about the Big Tree Tech MMU? Sure, it's called the VVD. Yeah, I don't have one. I think they're sending me one. But beyond that, I don't know. I was really hoping to actually put it on the Seaboard, but we'll probably end up putting it on like this guy or something. Maybe I'll put it on the Pantheon. That's why streamer. Yeah, that's why I do it. I do that too a lot. If I'm not lazy, I'll do that. I'll put a post and then I'll put a link in the post. Go linky to the thingy. But yeah, that's exactly why. And it's a social media site that is meant to promote yourself. Doing stuff like that. No wonder why people are jumping ship. Like, there's still more content on Twitter. You can't deny that. There's still more. Twitter is still the best at what it does. But Blue Sky is starting to become a pretty good alternative, I think. Also, somehow, because I have 15,000 followers and I get high enough interactions, it really wants me to pay for this site. That ain't happening. Like, oh, give us $8 a month so we can give you 50 cents a month. That's great. Oh, we can let you edit your posts too. No. No. Permanently suspended or banned on Twitter back during COVID games. For COVID content, I reposted with Pure Morgan and Flyping. Yeah, it's the. Put it this way. The site is down like 80% in revenue. The site is not a viable site. Twitter was never profitable. But the fact that it's hemorrhaging so much money, I don't see it lasting long term in its current configuration. I really don't think. Quit moving, camera. Why do you keep going on adventures? Stay over here. You know what? You're going to get locked. There. You know what? I'll lock you. There. You're locked. You can't move anymore. It's not $8. I know it's on sale right now. I'm still not going to pay. Do you trust Elon Musk with your banking info? I don't. You can scale HueForge in the X and Y fine using the slicer software. Okay, that's good to know. So what I'll do is when this one finishes, I'll do it again, but I'll scale it like 150% just to compare. Figures out a way to government loan. I don't like, okay, so as much as I don't like Muskie, he doesn't really get government loans. Let's be honest. Yes, he gets a lot of funding from the government, but that's because he's doing contracts for the government. That's like saying Boeing or any other company that does business with the government. SpaceX, yes, makes a lot of their money off the US government because the US government is paying them to do a service. It is what it is. Yeah. It's slow. Is it rotating? It is slowly rotating. Why are you rotating? It is moving. What are you doing? You're... Okay, let's... What are you doing? What? Oh my god, I'm so pale too. There we go. There we go. It's a task. Having a subscription anyone do nowadays, but POLYMAKER for money, yeah. Yeah, I don't like putting like actual like usability features behind paywalls. I don't like that. Yeah, it's a pilt tan. It's a pilt tan zoom. Wow. Pilt tan zoom. Me fail English. That's impossible. See, this is what I need. I figured out what I need to put in the computer. We need to put this in the computer to figure out. I think if I put this in the computer, this will fix my stuttering issue when I stream. Because the video card in here is a 1070. So this being a 9200, that should be betterer, right? Because it's a bigger number, right? So if I put this, oh, dang it. All I got is some dedicated wham. Pilt pan zoom, wow. English. How's this coming along? It's coming along. The D is for Listexia. Is it moving again? Like, stop. Okay, you know what? Put you here. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Put you in both holes. Giggity. Unlock you. You go over there. Lock. There we go. That should stop moving now. This 1070 ought to run Stalker. Check the driver. It's whatever the newest drivers are. I just let NVIDIA do the updates. Still have a 9800. I got my 80. I still have my 8800 GT. It's in the garage. I got it delidded or heatsink off, so you can see the PCB. It's pretty cool. Have you used the TZV6 2.0 hot in your printer? That is a lot of letters and numbers that I have no idea what they are. What is a TZV6 2.0? Is it? What is going on here? What is moving? Oh. Wait. Okay, I think we're good now. We're going on an adventure. What time are we at anyways? We're at 10 o'clock. Okay. Well, the only time I have any issue with the stuttering with streaming is when we slice something. Outside of slicing something, it's fine. But slicing is on the CPU, and my stream is encoded on the GPU. So. It's the gremlins from the Seaboar. Yeah. It's a V6 type hot end with a bamboo style heater. Okay. Cool. It's probably fine. I don't know. I've honestly, like, outside of functionality, like I like the Revo because it's easy to work with. You don't have to worry about oozing. You can hand tighten it. I like the Revo. But outside of like that, I don't really think there's a lot of difference between hot ends. I don't know. At the speeds I print, I don't really see much difference between hot ends. Talk to the Piltdown Man. Is that guy like a bog man or something? Piltdown Man. And change slicer. Yeah, the Illuminated Technologies. I've tried that. The problem is every time I relaunch the program or update the program, I have to redo that. I have to I can do Control-Alt-Delete, change, assign affinity or whatever. But anytime I relaunch the program, I have to redo all that. And yeah, I can do registry edits and whatnot, but I'm not going to deal with that every time I download a new version of a slicer software or use a different slicer. It's just, I deal with it. You know what it is? When the stream starts stuttering, that's engagement. It's free engagement. Oh, that's right. He's the one with the jaw. That's right. That's right. I knew it was like an early turn of the century like hoax thing with the Piltdown Man. And I just didn't know which one it was. The Bamboo A1. The thing that I don't like about the A1 is Bamboo now has 3 different hot ends for 4 machines, and it annoys the heck out of me. Because for those that don't know, the P1 and the X1 use different connectors on the tool headboard. So they have an X1 hot end, a P1 hot end, and then the A1 hot end. And then they have 2 different AMSs that are not cross-compatible either. You have the option always? Let me check. Let's see this. Okay, task manager. Okay, so let's see. So which one is it? Which one is... So we got CPU usage, or let's... RAM usage. Do I even have Prusa Slicer open? No, I got Prusa. Where is Prusa Slicer? Orca Slicer. Okay, let's Orca. Resource value. Where is this again? That's app history, startup apps, users, detail, services. I can never. Where was it at again? OBS, Orca Slicer. Clean up, go to detail. Okay. I remember seeing it before. Performance. Can't remember where it's at. Whatever. So, yeah, Starship launch on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to stream it because it's just me and the little guy in the afternoon, so I won't be able to fire up a stream. But at some point, yeah, I'll probably, I'll be watching it. I watch every one of those launches. Giant rocket ship go space? Yes, please. Look at it go. Party V0? It is a Party V0. Also, I'm realizing I don't have... Oh, wait, no, there are screws. They're just on the top. Go buy Gamer Subs, code Canuck, save 10% on your order. Do it now. I gotta order some more. I'm all out of copium, which was my go-to flavor for a bit there. Let me think how many. They have launched 4. When they launched this one, that's 4 in a year. It is insane how quickly the pace of production has gone. Like, it's insane. It's insane how fast they're churning those things out. When does Levin go to the detail? It's under details. Okay, details. Okay, let me find. Okay, there's Prusa Slicer. Okay, so let's see here. Set affinity. So I just want it on CPU 2 or 0. Okay. Now, how do I tell it to do it all the time, though? How do I... Because I've done this before. You set the affinity, but there's no way to make it like all the time. How's the Rook doing? It's doing fine. I just don't use it much because it was a fun build. It'll be used for stuff like this. I'm going to try and be doing more print and chills down here where we do like yapping streams and whatnot. Especially if there's like something that's going on in 3D printing or other tech stuff. But it's an open frame, small format PLA printer. That's not the kind of printing I normally do, so. V0 with the tool changer. There's Double Dragon, which is an IDEX V0. And then there's Dueling Dragon, which is an IDEX V0. And then I think there's like one more too. Oh shit! Pi 4. I didn't even know I had this. Okay, cool. I guess I had an extra Raspberry Pi. What else do I got over here? What's this? Pro Micro. An E3D Mark IV adapter. Ooh, that's handy. How do I go through all this? What do I got over here? Oh, 84988s! I'm saved! I got a bullet puller. Anyone need a bullet puller? I got a bullet puller. That's a shotgun spring. Okay. That's just, and oh, here we go. The best hot end, or the best extruder in the world. A Chimera. Wow, this thing's huge. E3D Chimera. What was it? Oh, this was on the Ender at one point. Motors, a bunch of stuff. I'm going through all my stuff that I've collected over the years, and it's like, oh my God, I got so much stuff. You can set priority and affinity in the shortcut. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. Add affinity one. Whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of like, eh. Keep hitting overhead. There is no overhead camera out here. Trunk drawer turns into a treasure chest. I mean, let's see here. Move the Cocoa Press over so I don't break it. Do you need a stepper motor? Do you need a stepper motor? I've got a bunch of stepper motors. If you need a stepper motor, I got stepper motors. I hate how this camera flips upside down. I've got boxes of stepper motors. I've got like a dozen ramps. Anyone need a ramps? Screws, fittings. What's it? Paint? What I got paint? Oh yeah, I was painting for a bit, right? It's when you're involved in a hobby for, it's been now, oh geez, we're coming up on 7 years. Yeah, it's about 7 years since I got into 3D printing. It just, stuff builds up. Stuff just builds up over the years. Wrong camera. What's the ratio of non-ABS? It's at least 3-to-1 for ABS to non-ABS. It really depends. It ebbs and flows. You need a NEMA 14? Which one? Which NEMA 14 works for you? Which one? Or do you want a what was this guy called? The H2 or whatever it was? The one that didn't work? Or they sent me a lemon of one? I took all your extra stuff. Yeah, I know you did. I bring extra printers. I got to get rid of a bunch of printers. I've got... Put it this way. This is the storage room right now. I think I already told somebody they can have my V400. I got to figure out what I... Let's see. I will read out everything I have in the other room. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. A Cheedy XCF Plus, a Saval Delta, or Saval, what is that, SV04, JG Maker IDEX, Salad Fork, Micron, Switchwire, Ultimaker, V-Minion, an Anycubic resin, a Kingroon printer, Prusa Mini clone, the V1, the Bamboo P1, the Flashforge Adventure 5M, K1C, V400, another resin printer. What's under here? The Second Cube. What's under there? Another V0? Another V0. And I think there's like one or two, but they're buried and I can't see them. And then out here, I've got a random Anycubic resin, Cocoa Press, V0, XL, V2, Mark IV, Mark IV. This guy, the Rat Rig, and then in the garage, I got all the garage printers. So yeah, I've got about 40 printers last I counted, including a CNC and a laser. So, anyone make a 250-ish Core XY? Flashforge Adventure 5M, not the 5M Pro. Get the base model. So, the SV04, the IDEX one. Yep, and it sucks. I think I can't remember if it's that one or the JG I did a video on, and it was like the first like review I did on a printer that like I'm like, okay, maybe this is how you do a review, and I'm like, it's not bad, and then every comment's like, no, this thing sucks, and I'm like, I didn't have a lot of issues with it, and then I tried using it more outside of their like test prints and whatnot, and it's like, oh yeah, this thing sucks. Look at it go. I'm actually really happy with this thing now. Maybe we'll update the firmware on this and we'll try to avoid playing with the C-bore as long as we can. I will in all seriously buy the ERKVA you have. I need some random parts. That ERKVA I have is... I wouldn't want to part with it, simply for the fact that it is a very, very, very early version of it, and it's in sus state. Infinite Mech TX is around the same price, but I would go with the Flash Forge. If you got two machines that are within the same price point, but one is from a brand that more people know about and is a machine sold more, odds are that you're probably going to have better support and better experience with that machine. So, oh yeah, well, the two positrons are in the garage. Only one of them's built. The other one was a V3, not the V3.2, so it never got built. So yeah, the positrons are in the garage. You only need the hardware? Yeah, maybe. I don't like giving away stuff I built. I know it's a thing. I'm very hesitant to give away stuff I've built. Normally it's a safety thing with printers. It's not that I don't trust my own work. It's just the fact that, like, if I were to give you this V2 and something goes wrong with it, I would feel bad, and I don't want to be responsible for support, and I don't want other people critiquing my wiring, or my build quality or my print quality. So the only printers I give away are like pre-builts. Why do I have so many 3D printers? Because it's my hobby and it's my job. This YouTube channel is my current job, and companies send me printers. Simple as that. Plus I have fun building printers. Like, I live stream 9 hours a week minimum. I do three-hour live streams a week. Usually one of them we're building a printer. So it's like, okay, build the printer. We're done building the printer. Build another printer. It is what it is. That's like asking somebody who plays video games on Twitch for a living, why do you own so many video games? It is what it is. And then companies send me machines, for full disclosure. The only machine out of these four that I paid for is this one. Prusa sent me that. They sent me that. They sent me that. Rat Rig sent me that Rat Rig. This was sent by Lecter to build. That V0 down there is an LDO kit, and the Cocoa Press, which isn't in frame, but it's on the ground over here, I bought that myself with my own money. But disclosure, I think they are sending me the upgrade kit for free. Your electronics panel, yeah. Well, this machine has V2.0 parts in it still. This machine has been every version of the Voron V2 ever. This is coming along. Coming along good, coming along good. I have 3 teachers that use grants to buy 3D printers, an Ender 3 V2, an Ender 3 V3, and an Anchormate 5C. Rather than having to learn different slicers, is there 1, 3, all can use? Okay, John, go smack those teachers, please. Go smack them. Just the Enders could use Orca. The outliers here, Anchormake. The Anchormake 5C, I don't know why anyone promotes that machine. I had one. That machine is so within its own bubble that, like, I do not recommend anyone get the Anchormake. Does anyone promote that machine? Hopefully not. That machine is totally within its own bubble. It has, like, it has one button on it. It doesn't have a screen. You can only control it with an app on your phone, and you can only, like, slice within the app, or at least last time I tried it was. I gave mine away. Why would they get the Anchormate? Why did they get the... Does Orca... I don't know. I don't know if you can use Orca with the Anchormake. It's so weird. It's such a weird machine. Like, it's... Anchor came out... Like, here's the worst part. Mechanically, the machine's pretty well built, in my opinion. The machine's pretty well built. It's a pretty solid frame. Mechanicals are sound. But it's got the weirdest ecosystem software-wise. Haven't heard much. Yeah, because nobody bought them, because the machines aren't that good. They got a weird lockdown firmware, and it's you can only like use it with an app, and you slice within the app. It's too turnkey. Still selling them? I don't know. Anchor is a high speed. Yeah, the thing is though, you can't compare it to the Tico because Anchor actually delivered. Anchor actually delivered on it, so you can't really compare it to the Tico. Micro Center still tries to sell them for like 600. Oh, that's the problem with 3D. That's the problem with being a brick and mortar store that sells 3D printers, because you get all your stock in, and then you have to sell it. So like, okay, they have the Anchor makes, they have to sell them for 600 to make their profit or whatever on them. But the problem is, better shit has come out for cheaper since then. They're trying to be Bamboo and stumble. Yeah. I mean, Bamboo isn't even trying to be Bamboo anymore. They seem to be really on their bed flingers. And then their next great machine has been delayed to next year, which doesn't fill me with high hopes. How do I feel about Creality? They're okay. They're hit and miss. I think Creality sat on their laurels for too long. They had the market cornered with their shitty V-wheel bed flinger, like that they just spewed out repeated iterations of till the end of time. You can't go wrong with a $50 Ender 3, let's be honest. They're dirt cheap. I think they really stumbled getting into the high-speed and closed Core XY market, and it bit them in their ass. For those that don't know, when Bamboo came out, you want to know who was scared the most? It wasn't Prusa. It wasn't Prusa that was scared of Bamboo. It's Creality. Because Prusa has their segment of the market. Yeah, they've lost sales to Bamboo, I bet. Who hasn't? I mean, Voron kit sellers have lost sales to Bamboo. It is what it is. But the thing is, they have their markets that they do well in, and they will continue to do well in. Creality exists to sell cheap 3D printers. Are there any Ender 3 variants that you would say categorically are better than a Bamboo A1? Are there any Ender 3 variants that are categorically better than an A1? Because the A1's cheap, and the A1's good. And the A1 has an MMU. Now, with the K2 and the newer variants of the K1, now they're actually starting to be a little bit more competitive. So we'll see how things shape out. It really depends on if Bamboo comes out with a larger machine. Because if Bamboo sticks with their 250-ish form factor, Creality is gonna clobber them with the K2 is what, 350? Is it 300 or 350 for the K2? Have Ender 3s ever been 50? At Micro Center in the US, you can buy it. You could have for a little bit bought an Ender 3. I don't know which version. There's like a million of them for $49 for a bit. I want to say thank you. Finishing my second Voron in as many years. Watching your live streams and VODs helped a bunch. Things you can't see in a minute. Thunderbees, cheers. That's why I do them. Glad to hear. You almost bought the Anchor made on sale. Are there any Enders with an MMU? I don't believe so, although I believe you probably can put some variants of an open source MMU on them. K2 is 350. Okay. Is the Ender 3 V3 KE any good? I don't know. Add more letters on the end and maybe it will be? Here's the problem. Here's the problem with asking me if that is any good. You don't need to know if it's any good. Just, is it better than the A1? Yes or no? Probably not. That's kind of the problem right now, is it's so many printers out there. I can literally just go, yes, this is good, but this already exists and is better. That's not touching bamboo. Oh no, that's a perfectly good thing. Like, I don't personally buy bamboos. To be fair, I don't buy a lot of printers nowadays. But I personally would not buy a bamboo. But I just spent the last 5 minutes recommending people buy a bamboo. They're not for me, but they are for somebody. Bamboo is really good. Their market is little Timmy, who's never bought a 3D printer before, who just wants to make plastic boat. Little Timmy is the market for the bamboo machines. The problem is that market segment is saturated already. Everyone who's going to buy a bamboo who's involved in 3D printing has already bought a bamboo. That's why when I watched Corridor Digital's video this week, I see Ren showing off the Bamboo A1. Because Bamboo is realizing they're playing it smart. They're going off new markets. They're trying to capture new markets. They have to. They have to survive. I'm assuming their profit margins on their machine aren't the biggest. And they have to capture that market segment to survive as a business. They're trying to do to 3D printing what DJI did to FPV, essentially. Or Anchor did to like battery chargers and whatnot. It's all the same company. But they have to. So A1 costs a fraction more than printers. It's much better. Yep. I can't use a bamboo printer because my situation requires me to use Octoprint to use my printer. I can't use touchscreens. Fair enough. Fair enough. That brings, I don't know if this affects you, but that brings up a very valid point. If you have any sort of disability or whatever where you can't use a touchscreen, if your hands, you don't have full dexterity in your hands, something like a bamboo or any printer that's touchscreen only might not be a good option for you. That's one of the reasons I like Prusa's. Yeah, they got touchscreens on them, but you could still use the knob if you want. Bamboo are the Apple of 3D printers. It is hilarious that before Bamboo, people called Prusa the Apple of 3D printing. And now it's Bamboo's the Apple of 3D printing. Prusa hasn't changed anything. Prusa still does what they do. But now they're like the framework laptops of 3D printing. Picked up a refurb A1 Mini for $160. That's not bad. I mean, for $160, I'd be almost tempted to buy one. Ain't heard of Prusa having a cloud error forcing their printers connected to the network to print strange files without owner consent ever. To be fair, Kisker, what happened was a buffer. People would hit the button on the slicer to upload to print, and nothing would happen. And then they would hit it again, and nothing would happen. And then they would hit it again, and then maybe it worked. But then what happened at like 2 in the morning, it just released the buffer, and all the prints queued up just went and started printing. So that's what happened, because they didn't implement some sort of what's the term? I'm not a computer person, but it's like, okay, it's a token. Okay? So it's the two generals problem. You have a general here and a general here, and in the middle there's a battlefield. This general is trying to tell this general, attack at dawn. So he sends a messenger to this general. The problem is, he can't guarantee that the messenger makes it through the enemy encampment in the valley. So if he does, this general then needs to confirm that he's received that and tell the first general, hey, yes, we're good to attack at dawn. So how do you communicate when you can't verify that the message went through? You attach a token to it. Indemnity token? Yeah, there you go. Somebody, Spice King. So what you do is you put a token on it. So, okay, I have my G code. This spool of solder represents G code. So what you do is you take your token and you generate its own specific token, and you attach it and you send it off. And then the server goes, okay, we received it. We put a token on it. Okay, go. Oh, we got another one. Oh, same token, ignore. When you send the same file, you attach the same token. Okay. So this way it knows, oh, we've received this several times in a row because they all have the same token. So at least on the server end, the server knows it's received the same thing several times and it can ignore it. But they didn't do that. So it just all built up and then released at once at like 2 in the morning. I'm sure somebody there, if you Google it, it gets explained better. But There are checks and balances in place that could have easily been implemented to make that situation not even happen, and they didn't. And I think they have it now, finally, hopefully, after that. But that's kind of been a thing with Bamboo. People find problems that shouldn't exist, that they should have taken care of a while ago, and they didn't until people get angry. That's why you see content creators like me, whenever Bamboo screws up, we get very loud about it on Twitter. It's not because we like shitting on Bamboo. It's because we've learned that that's the only way for them to fix anything, is if they get negative press over anything. That's like literally the only way Bamboo does anything, is if people bitch at them. And it's sad that not just Bamboo operates that way. It's kind of sad. As a working professional, how do you remember this? I don't know. I'm a professional. I'm working? I have the same thing that, what's the guy from Pawn Stars? What's the guy from Pawn Stars? He has like the weird encyclopedic knowledge of everything. And it's like, apparently he was like sick at one point and bedbound, and he just like sat there and read Wikipedia for like a year. That is basically me. When I was at my last year of high school, for those that don't know, in Canada, or at least Ontario, we used to have what's called grade 13. High school went till grade 13. And then they got rid of grade 13. They bumped it down to grade 12. I was the first year to go through without grade 13. So I did grade 13 because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I had to pick up some extra credits. I suck at math. So I did a victory lap, we called it, right? It wasn't uncommon, but like a good chunk of people did a victory lap of high school where you do the grade 13. But the thing was, like, I had a semester where I only had like 2 classes. So I had nothing to do until after lunch. My problem was my high school was on the other side of like my town. So I could either take the bus to school in the morning, sit around from like 9 a.m. until like noon, or I think my first class was like 11:30. And then go to class, or I could ride my bike to school. The problem was it was like an hour-long bike ride. And also in Canada, usually when you're in school, the weather sucks. So a lot of the days I would just go to school, and for 2 periods, I would just sit in the computer lab and binge Wikipedia. So I did that for a whole semester of high school. It's just binge Wikipedia for like 2 or 3 hours a day. So. Hope I'm working so I can't. Oh no, I'm working. Content. OAC. Yeah, it used to, what is that what it was called, OAC? We have orthodontics prosthetics company offering Bamboos with their services. Interesting. Do you have any information about that? Like, can you link a thing about it? Yeah, because when I was finishing up high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I did the victory lap of high school. Finished high school, still had no idea what I wanted to do. So I went into grade 9 in 2002. Yeah, so 2002 I went into grade 9. So 3, grade 10, 4, 11, 5, 12. Yeah, so I got out of high school in 06, 07. And then I did a year of civil engineering in the college. Realized that wasn't for me. I suck at advanced math. And then I did police foundations for a bit because I was wanting to be a cop. And then at some point around there, and I also joined the Army. And then I met too many people who were cops that I didn't want to bring that shit home. So I didn't want to be a cop anymore. And then it's like, okay, I've done enough college. I haven't done anything with it. Let me go find a job. So I became an insurance broker for like 3 years. Realized that was a dead-end career. And then I got into the trades and did tool and mold for a while until I switched over to YouTube. And then at some point I got an apprenticeship program and did all that. God, I'm old. You graduated in 98. Oof. You're not that old. We're all in the same cohort. Still on black. Almost done. Went back, upgrade to math lab, spent half a year in the cafe. Yeah. It is what it is. It'd be neat if Prusa offered a version of Canuck that would be run on LAN for people. They have Prusa Link. Prusa Link runs on a LAN. Prusa Connect go through the cloud. They have Prusa Link though, which is LAN. But the problem is you don't get as many features with Prusa Link. It's a lot more bare bones. I'm 54 and I still... It is hilarious. I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. And even then, I still have days when it's like, oh wait, I'm an adult. Is that a Creality printer you're using? What? That's the Prusa. If you're wondering why if you're trying to make something about why the Prusa is loud, it's because I have all the quiet stuff off. I run my machines for reliability, not for noise. So I have like silent mode off on all my machines. Graduated in 1980. Ooh. Ricky Mary, I remember when this was all cornfields. I used to have to call my friends on their phone and then the mom would pick up and I'd be scared. Oh, well. Can't physically see it. It's right there. Need more whiskey. I don't have any whiskey. I haven't had, outside of like one random drink every now and then, I haven't had a drink in a while. You know what? I'm gonna go see what we got in the fridge. Let me go see what we got in the fridge. I don't think I have much. I'll be back in a second. Go with that. Yeah, we'll go with this. I completely forgot. We went apple picking a couple weeks ago. I completely forgot. I bought... Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no! What happened? Move out of range. Configuration, printer.cfg, edit. $110. Oh! So it's 110 on the X, 114 on the Y. I wonder if that's because of the That's kind of annoying. Save V0 big green. Okay. Well, that's kind of annoying. Center. What is going on? What? Okay. That's kind of annoying. import G code, save. And then that's kind of really annoying actually that happened. Okay, clear file. Tune, history, jobs, upload and print. Try again. Video frozen. Oh. What is going on? Main camera. Are we back? Wait, we're back. Okay, I don't know what happened there. OBS crashed, and then I had to reboot my camera. It probably doesn't help the version of OBS on here is kind of pretty out of date, so we'll fix that later. The print was going good. The print was going good. So. So anyways, what I was saying was I went in the fridge. I went in the fridge because a couple weeks ago we went apple picking at a local orchard and they sell hard apple cider. And I bought a jug of that. And I forgot. So we'll probably have that tomorrow. So for now, I have, don't tell the wifey, but I dipped into her stash because I don't drink. Field Berry and Lemon Hard Sparkling Water from Muskoka Spirits. It's 5% alcohol though, and 0 sugar. So it's good for you. Ah. I don't like sparkling waters. Can I show the HueForge? Sure. Here you go. It's still only on printing black, so. Decorative infill. Infill is only 15%. It's only 15% infill. It's crosshatch. It looks more than it is because it's crosshatch. It's 15% infill. This is a hard apple cider. Well, I haven't cracked into the hard apple cider. It's still in the jug, but we get it every year and it's good. I like it. This is Muskoka Brewery in Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada. Does good beer. I know, I've had their beer. But this is what my wife bought. Because, fun fact, Costco's in Ontario just started selling liquor. Well, by liquor, I mean beer and wine. You can now buy the family-sized pack of booze at Costco. Kind of sucks I have to start this print over, but it is what it is. At least it doesn't smell like burning dust anymore. I always wondered why HueForge doesn't do variable layer height. It's because the way HueForge is, variable layer height is something that's slicer side. So the problem is with HueForge, you would have to have the HueForge engine also have a slicing engine built in to know about the layer heights. Unless you could like manually tell it layer heights. Can you manually assign layer heights in a slicer? It's a lot easier to have first layer and then additional layers. It's a lot easier just to keep everything to only have the 2 settings you change instead of like trying to add a variable in, because again, that's all on the slicer side of thing. Variable layer heights is the slicer side of thing, whereas HueForge doesn't work that way. HueForge is not a slicer. What LED light bars? I don't know. They came with this kit that we built 2 years ago. if it's exported 3MF. That's something you'd have to bring up with QForge. Like, I don't know what QForge would be capable of for doing that. Like, if you look at this, like, as we go up, so here, let's get rid of the black. So everything that you don't see, it would be black. But even then, like, you could see how the black fades out. And you're like, oh, it's all black. What does it matter? It actually does matter. Where's Robert E.T.? Because you can even see here with Robert E.T., I don't know how well this will show. The background is solid black, but you could still see there's texture to it, right? There's still the texture to it. So you don't want it to be flat black. You don't want your like blacks to be solid black. You still want some definition. It's part of the way that QForges work, where you get like, it doesn't really transfer well on camera because camera's 2D, but you get a depth. When you look at a QForge, it looks like it looks like a pastel painting. There's like some texture to it. There's depth to it. It looks like it sits into the picture versus just a flat 2D. Is that a duck with glasses behind me? What? It's a wubby ducky. It's a wubby ducky. It's a Chelsea model. Does anyone? I don't know the general. He's so grand. But yeah, just to give you a perspective. So these are both the same image, but different playing. These are both the same image with QForge, but playing around with different, like, how the colors sat. So you can see, like, these are both the same image, both the same colors, but the colors kind of, the settings are different. So you can see how different it is with QForge. Like this one, I did my own thing. This one I was trying to replicate the original image, and it didn't turn out too good. The Half-Life 2 documentary? I did. It is... I am 36 years old. I have finally seen footage of Half-Life 3. I am sad. Like, what was it? Gabe even said, like, we regret, if we knew what we know now, we would have finished Half-Life 3. And everyone's just like... Half-Life 2 is free on Steam. It is, but doesn't like everyone already own Half-Life 2 at some point? The Armored Core, 5 colors. All my QForges so far have been 0 to 5 colors. Robert E.T. Was 2, obviously, and that was done on this guy. Actually, let's get another one going. Let's get another QForge going. We got time. We're going to do a late night stream. Why not? Did somebody else give me some fancy suggestions for images? Let's get one going on this guy. Let's do a black and white one. Let's just do a black and white one. Black and white art. Let's try and do a black and white art. There we go. This will work. Or no. Images. The fact that you're shorting Half-Life 3 to HF3... I'm sorry, Gab's Lab. Is that a region, a language thing? I've never seen anyone shorten Half-Life to HF. It's HL, Half-Life. Is it? Am I missing something? Do a Cybertruck. I'm not gonna dirty my machines with that. Like, I understood what he was saying, but I'm like, who? What? I'm trying to find something to do in the QForge. Something, I need something artsy and black and white. If you have any suggestions, dump them in the Discord. Why does all three of my X1Cs print badly with grid fill? Prints can sometimes fail too, but the same print will work perfectly. Because grid is you're stacking straight vertical walls, and depending on the filament you're using, how it handles warping, and how it handles with the fans blasting on it, it can cause basically, like, I don't know how it's failing. But grid infill on high speed isn't, it can be problematic. Try going slower. Oh yeah, Starship. Yeah, let's do black and white Starship. There's a good Starship image. Starship. There was a good image. Yeah, this one. This image is famous. No, I want to open link in new tab. No, I want to see the full size image. Give me the full size image. Image in a new tab. That's not the full size image. Give me the full size image. Give me the full size image of that. Image. Trying to find. There we go. I think this will be. Save as. No, I want the image. Open. No, not open link in new tab. Open image in new tab. Image in new tab. There we go. No, that's the preview. I don't want the preview. I want the full size image. Give me the full size image. Okay, it's Flickr. How do you download an image from Flickr? Where is download? Save as. I don't want a web page. I want the image. Oh, download. Original. Prepare to download. Avoid grid on the P1. Yeah, personally, I'm a fan of Cubic. Cubic is like my go-to. No. Cubic is like my go-to high infill. So if I use two infill types for different use cases. If it is high infill, I use Cubic. If it is low infill, I use or correction, high infill percentage, I use Cubic. Low infill percentage, I use Gyroid. Simple as that. So you can see here, you can see the different, like, so watch if I drop this down. I think that works. Clip depth. I don't know what these settings do. I gotta watch more tutorials. That looks good. Right? That looks pretty okay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is, yeah, beta 8. All right, whatever. Well, that. Let's add a little yellow. No. Actually, what do I have? What do I have? I could add steel. I don't think adding a silver would work. Let's see. Oh wait, I don't even have it open. Ah, shoot. I have a silver. What's silver? Adding silver to it, add anything? Get above the black. Yeah, no, it just blows it out. Get the light. Yeah, no that. Yeah, we'll just do that. Desk is looking clean. I guess export XDL. Okay, so this is, yeah, we'll just state that. Okay, and now open Prusa Slicer. We bought a POLYMAKER black and white bundle. There you go. All right, so this is that guy. So we got, what is it? Black and white. Black and white. Then there we go. That goes there. That goes there. Now, while that does that, I gotta fix this. Camera's probably gonna wig out. My black filament always breaks off this. So I'm gonna, this black filament keeps breaking. Do I have any more black filament? Black PLA, I think. I'll go with this guy. Oh, this is totally tangled. This is totally tangled. There we go. Okay. Because this stuff keeps breaking on me. Okay. Home, filament, preload to MMU, preload 1. Okay. Out. Go. Okay, so describe, bring that over, load up this guy. Okay, so we need print settings. So we got a what is this, max? Oh, this is 0.04. Okay, 0.04 layer height and 0.16 for the first layer. Okay, and then we need 100% infill. Infill. Later. Now we gotta let that do that. It's still on black? Yeah, it's still on black. So it's black until layer 17 and then swap for the rest. Actually, I'm wondering if I should remake that. Let's go back to this. All right, let's see. Oh, it's wigging out on me. Okay, well, while that does that, let's try this. Oh, there we go. Okay. 0.04. No, that's right. 0.04. Yeah, that seems right. Oh yeah, this would be the same settings. Yeah, this is the same settings I just did. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's still doing that. Yeah, computer's wigging out. I know. Because again, I launched a new instance of it, and so it's not doing its thing. Yeah. Come on. It's possible to use Hue Forge to stamp a t-shirt. Probably. You could probably print TPU onto an iron-on material and then iron it onto your shirt, maybe. Wedding practice? I'm already married. I am already married. I don't need any more wedding practice. Okay. So, start on black, and at layer 17, change to white. And there we go. Slice now. Object is outside the print area. What? Oh. Oop. Okay. No, no, no. Unfreeze. Unfreeze. Come back to me. There we go. Okay. Slicing. Generating G-code. Aren't I too young? I grew up in the 90s. I know what the Macarena is. Send to connect. So, Mamu? Mamu. Wonder if pushing up priority in OBS. Maybe? I don't know. I gotta update OBS. The version of OBS on here is kind of out of date. Okay. Oh, print. Okay, that's good. So that'll do that. That's doing that. This is doing that. Giveaway? Giveaway! Who wants to do a giveaway? I will give you till 11:15 to enter for your chance to win some filament from POLYMAKER. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. We'll do the giveaway. At 11:15. So at 11:15 we'll do the giveaway, and we will call it there. You like free stuff? I like free stuff. I bet you money that your issue with your Seaboard printer is the controller. The USB on the Manta connects through CM connectors that can have issues. Great. How do I not deal with that? It's like, yeah, I can rip out the controller and swap it with a Spider or an Octopus Pro or whatever. I have extra controllers. I don't want to have to deal with that. That's the problem. I don't want to have to like go through and redo the entire configuration for a whole different controller. Darkeon, you don't have to be here to win. You just have to be here to enter. I don't do my giveaways like that because I know I have a lot of people that watch me internationally in different time zones. So I don't like putting my prizes up. Actually, I should probably check this stuff. It's been a while. Should still have, I used some stuff from another package. Oh yeah, it's still good. I haven't had any, none of these have actually, yeah, none of these have separated yet. That's good. Yeah. Like they got a little bit of the white on the outside, but they're not bad. They're all still in pretty good shape. I had to order more chocolate for my Cocoa Crest because I was starting to run a little low. Because this is like the original stuff I had. So. Good, that was smart. My address isn't on there. I'm like, wait, did I just dox myself? Nope, my address isn't on that box. What do you think of the Crowley K2? I don't have one, so I can't really... Ooh, what's this? I don't...
This is Doug's brand new racing sim.
Yeah, you probably hear that. 1 second here. 843.
We spared no expense to allow Doug to take full advantage of a Lamborghini Countach. Powered, it'll be locked, but I'll just hold it for you. Now go ahead and twist. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's engaged. Yep. By the way, you probably noticed there's a bit of a gaping hole in our planning. Just kidding. The plan is perfect. Joel Telling, 3D printing nerd, he's sending over a custom centerpiece for it.
Nice. That's what that was.
On
Oh, he's doing it on a Mamaki. I forgot Joel has a Mamaki.
yeah, it looks insane.
Yeah, the Mamakis are insane.
Oh, it will.
I wish it was there when I was there visiting Joel. Have you tried a powered USB hub? I have not tried a powered USB hub. Maybe I'll just grab one tomorrow. Maybe the problem is I don't want to spend 40. The problem, powered USB hubs aren't cheap. If anyone has a link to an Amazon Canada powered USB hub that's cheap and good, let me know. Because like I don't want to spend $40 on a USB hub and then have it not fix my problem. But I've already swapped it. Originally it had a CB2 and I've swapped it to a CM4. So I actually have a Raspberry Pi CM4 in it now. The last 2 weeks are making me... Yeah, they've been doing a lot of... You have a powered hub? Yeah, Kayla, this week, if I go into town, I'll reach out to you. Because I know I said you could have the V400. So if I'm heading into town this week, let me know. Or I'll try and remember. And I'll drop it off. Because I'm outside of town. DFH gifted 20 community memberships. Cheers! Yeah! Are you cooking up any cool, kooky printers you want me to show off? Could always use a build. Good old DFH. By the way, I found all my zip ties, or at least the ones I was looking for. They were in here. I need to stop procrastinating and finish my building your V2. Well, then do that. Stop procrastinating and build your V2. Easy peasy. Walmart has one for 17 CAD. I'm probably heading to Walmart tomorrow, so I'll take a look. Have you reached out to Seaboard? I have not, YO Ben. The problem is it's like a 3 or 4 week turnaround, and Canada Post is shut down right now. So you have a box for me? Ooh, send it. Or DM me and then we'll figure it out. Because I have to update my address with a lot of people. Because Canada Post in their infinite wisdom decided, hey, this postal code is getting too full. So instead of everyone new to the area getting the new postal code, everyone gets a new postal code. And it's super annoying. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a little printers for ants or something like that build. Yeah, DM me. We'll talk. But yeah, we're coming up at 11:15, so we're gonna do the giveaway. The Walmart brand one. Let me see here. Yeah, but is it actually available in the stores? And is it... Okay. But is it actually powered? Okay, it is powered. Dang it. See, that's the thing. I don't want to deal with a wall wart now. But if it fixes it, check available. Pickup is not available. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not available in stores. Oh, wait. Oh, it is available at the store. Okay, I'll grab one tomorrow. I think we're heading to Walmart tomorrow, so. Never heard of that. It's a Canadian thing. Yeah, Canada Post is getting screwed. The employees should be getting paid way more than what they are. It's kind of bullshit. Well, yeah, they did that with our phone numbers. But luckily everyone who had the old one got to keep it, so. Have you done a CAN bus build yet? I've done CAN bus. Yeah, I've done CAN bus a few times lately. Follow Esoterical's guide if you're looking for help with CAN bus. Have I seen Arcane? I have not. I haven't been watching a lot of TV in general. I just haven't. Well, DFH, we're shopping for USB hubs because you haven't been watching the ongoing "Why Won't You Work" series about the Seaboard Trident, trying to diagnose intermittent USB issues, which aren't even USB issues. We don't know what issues they are because I've tried so many different things and it's still happening that I don't even know what's broken. Because remember, the issue that I'm having with the cartographer happened with a different cartographer with CAN. And I've tried a different cartographer with USB and it's still happening. Ugh. How's this coming along? Ooh, that's coming along good. So a TV subscription? Nope. I have never paid for TV in my life. I'm just realizing that. Okay, Netflix and whatnot don't count. But I mean, like, I am just realizing I have never paid for a landline phone. And I have never paid for TV, like cable or satellite. I've never paid for. We never bothered with it. Like when I lived at home, my mom paid for like satellite. We had satellite at home. But when I moved in, you know, when I moved out, I've never paid for cable or satellite. I think we had satellite when we started dating, but it was like leftover. Bell. Oh, I don't got to deal with Bell. I got an MNSI. We have a local billionaire that hated Bell and TELUS and Rogers so much they set up their own network. So I have fiber that's independent from the big three telecommunication companies in Canada. Kayla, you're in chat. You know what I'm talking about. MNSI freaking rocks. Yeah, it's owned by Zuckelman. Like, the fact that we have a billionaire that just got so fed up and said, screw this, I'm setting up my own internet provider with blackjack and hookers. Oh, is it his brother? Sorry, the brother of the billionaire runs it or whatever. But it's like, they are great. Their prices are amazing. Their service is, I pay 80 bucks a month, Canadian, for a gig up and a gig down. And it's fiber. Their service time is ridiculous. Like, we've had issues where I called them because like a cable broke, like somebody dug a hole or something, and they're out there that day. Like, it is insane how good of a company they are. Starlink is very useful. I have friends on Starlink. Where I live, so the thing with Canada and internet, basically the moment you step outside a major city, you go back in time. The moment you, like, literally, okay, I have gig up, gig down, where I'm at. If I walk 5 minutes that way, the best you get is cable at 40 up, 10 down. Or 40 down, 10 up. If I walk another 10 minutes, you got nothing. You got shitty, like the old style, like satellite. Where you get like maybe 3 down, half up. It's hilarious. Beacon won't warranty their product if you don't use a hub with Mantas because of the grounding issues. So maybe okay, so what I'll do is tomorrow I will go get a powered USB hub. And we will give that a try. 4010, what year is it? That's what I had before. Before I went to MNSI fiber, I had cable. And unfortunately, MNSI doesn't do cable. They only do DSL and fiber. But I had 4010 before. So yeah, so if you're saying beacons like that, and cartographer is basically the same probe. They're eddy current probes. It's a circuit. It is what it is. I missed when it was called Donut. But yeah, I'll get the US powered. If it turns out all I need to do is use a powered USB hub and everything will work, I'm going to be so disappointed. But it still doesn't explain why I was having issues when it was all CAN mode. Because I was having these issues running it over CAN. CAN isn't USB. But whatever. I'll figure it out. I remember oh yeah, we got to do the giveaway. Shoot, I forgot about the giveaway. I remember years ago going to my uncle's house, and he had a game called Space Empires 3 on his computer, and it was fun. So when we got home, I'm like, Mommy, I want to play this game. I can download a demo. And she's like, what do you mean download a demo? I can download it. Ask your dad. Dad, can I download this game on the computer? Do I have to pay for it? No. Are they going to steal your information? No. Okay, we'll give it a try. It was like a 6 megabyte file. It took all day. We were on dial-up. Wheel of Names. I'm gonna mispronounce your name, and I apologize. Ioric Burnson. Thank you for becoming a member. Cheers and appreciate it. Here in Brazil and Amazon, people didn't have internet. Yeah, then a bunch of Starlink. Yeah, like Starlinks are cool. Like again, as much as I don't like Musk because he's that kind of guy. Starlink is good shit. Starlink, it's you can separate the person from the product. Starlink is good shit. The fact that, think about it. Overnight, we went from not being able to do this to high-speed internet anywhere in the world. Just think about it. In like the span of like the rise and fall of Mr. Beast, we've gone from, we now have high-speed internet all over the world at any point. You just get a little dish and you point it up at the sky, boom, high-speed internet. Like, when you think about it, that's insane. Give me a number between 5 and 10. I need a number between 5 and 10. And unfortunately, I've got like a huge delay, so it's going to take a minute. Starlink compared. Iridium, if I'm not mistaken, still has its use cases. It's more encrypted or something. Like Iridium still has its use cases. 7. A lot of people like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Around and around she goes. Where she stops, I don't know. But the winner will get an email from me after the stream ends with information how to collect your filament from POLYMAKER. So congratulations to TJ Magneto. TJ Magneto. Let me pull up your information here. Make sure you're a real human being. You are. Congratulations. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. Golf claps in chat. Yeah, I don't have the Marbles game installed on this computer, unfortunately. Iridium. Yeah, Iridium is lower bandwidth but higher security. So it still Iridium still has a reason to exist. Spending days writing code and saving it to tape only to find you made a mistake. Spending a few more days finding out where the mistake. Oh yeah, it's think about it. Like I've had to write G code for a CNC by hand. Like that in when I did my apprenticeship, one of my classes was G code. And it was like, okay, these are the operation here's a plate. You need to mill a pocket here, put a bunch of holes here, chamfer the entire outside of the plate and counterbore these holes here. Write G code to do it, including tool changes. And you had to sit there with just Notepad and a cheat sheet that had like what the different G codes were, like what G08 and G09 and all that stuff is. And just sit there and just write out the G code. I've had to do that. Which is why I really don't like bamboos. Because this right here, this little box right here is my friend. And it should be your friend. Because at the end of the day, this is a CNC machine. This is a computer numerical controlled machine. This is a CNC. And it's a CNC that eats G code. You should have a terminal. I'm a firm believer you should have access to a terminal on any CNC machine. Simply for the fact that, hey, I want to drop my bed to the bottom and move my tool head to the middle. Cool. G1, X, on this guy, 60, Y, 60, Z, 120. Enter. Brr, does it for you. Bamboo. Let me get my screen. I've dropped it 50 millimeters. because bamboo doesn't have the ability to move in more than 10mm increments when you smack a button. Stupid. Stupid. I hate it. Anywho. That's stupid. It's like coding a machine code. The thing is, G code is still what the machine uses. There's no Python layer to G code. G code is just G code. And it is nice to know what G code is and be able to tell your printer to do G code stuff, simply for the fact that you can use it to, it's just a powerful tool that can make things super simple. Like, where is one? Let's see here. Pull you up. Actually, I think you're... Don't think you're online. But yeah, okay, I'll do it on this. Even on this, like I can do it on the console here, okay? So let me home this machine. Okay. Okay, so the machine's homed. This is a V2. I need to do some maintenance on this machine. Okay, I need to do some maintenance on it. For me to do maintenance on it, I need to get at the tool head and have it in an easy position. So I could, you know, do the bamboo way, where I do like, and just do that like a Neanderthal. Or, let me just rehome it. Let's pull this up. Because this is a panel do. By the way, panel doos make great screens for Clipper machines. So if you have a panel do kicking around, you can use it with Clipper. They're great. I love them. Okay, console. Bring up my keyboard. Okay, ready? G1. I want to do X in the middle. So this is a 250. So X 125. Okay, space. Y. Just do 0 up in the front. And then Z. So I want it about here. So we'll go Z 125. Enter. Now I could have done a G, I could have done a faster move by adding an F. So at the end do like F6000 and it would move faster. But look! And I didn't have to sit here like a Neanderthal and tap the button a million times. Voila! The joys of G code. Knowing simple basic G code is one of those things I'm not saying you should sit down and read the machinist guide. You know, go bust out your machinist guide. I have one. It's in my toolbox out in the garage. Ask me next stream, I'll show it. Go get your big, thick machinist guide and memorize all the G code. Don't do that. But you should know some basic G code commands, at least movement commands, so that you can, you know, drop your bed to the bottom and move your tool head to a position when you need to do maintenance. It's one of those things, just kind of, just learn a little of it and just hang on to it. Plus, it helps a lot with debugging. Because, like, if you can understand G code, for example, like when we were doing, you know, oh God, I probably don't have it. It's probably way, yeah, it's gone. When it gave me the error, the move out of range, I can read the G code and go, hey, what happened here? Oh, it tried to move the X 450. Oh, there is no, I can't go 450 on the X. What happened there? Like, it's nice to be able to know the basics, okay? It's good to know the basics of G code. The problem is there are certain ecosystems that are popping up in 3D printing that have blinders on them. Don't look behind the curtain. We don't want you to look behind the curtain. We don't want you to see how everything's working. But you should be able to. These are CNC machines. You should at least have a basic access to a console. Take care, Illuminate Technologies. How did you do the vertical movement in your intro video? The little thing, that's just a G-code macro. Somebody, I don't know if it's still pinned on the Voron Discord. Check, I think it might be the Switchwire channel. but it's just a G-code macro. Somebody made that. It's just a .g-code file. Somebody made that on the Voron Discord years ago, and I just happened to run it and recorded a video of it, and I used it in the intro. I don't have it anymore. I don't even have that. The switch wires in the other room hasn't been plugged in as long as this thing has. Oh yeah, don't, like, Vasily, I'm not saying you should know how to program a Benchy in raw G-code, but you should at least know the basic, yeah, the G, okay, so G0 is a rapid, so it'll just move at whatever the max rate the machine is. G1 is a feed command. So if I did G1 for this, so watch, can I repeat the command? Yes, okay, watch. So, I don't know what the default speed is for G1, but I'm going to rerun the G code I just did. Man, the Z on this thing is slow. Yeah, man. I could probably speed this up, but I'm not going to. Okay. So I'm going to run the exact same G code I did, but I'm going to add an F 10,000. Okay. Enter. Okay, that's too fast. If you try to go too fast, it defaults down to its stock speed. But either way, you could add an F whatever, and then it goes faster. G1 is an alias to G0. Is it? Does 3D printers not differentiate between the two? It's been a while. It has been a long time. I just know there's a difference between one's a rapid and one's a controlled move. Okay, are we going to end the stream soon? I think we're going to end this. Oh yeah, this is printing. I completely forgot this was printing. Oh wow, that first layer is a little too close. How are you doing? You doing good? Yeah, you're doing good. How are you doing? Are you good? Oh, that's good. Good. Okay. Extruding or not. Yeah, there's all kinds of different things. What I will do, we're going to call it here. I will post pictures of the Hue Forges when they're all done tomorrow. So make sure you're following. Join the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, link in the video description. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Blue Sky. I will post pictures of all this stuff when it's done. Same on the Discord as well. Gargoyle's going fine. There you go. You see it there. It's going good. I had to restart it because I accidentally sliced it too big for this. This V0 doesn't have the full 120 on the X because of the lights, I think. So it's like 110. But yeah, I'll post all that. Would you recommend a Trident or a 2.4? I built a Switchwire before. If you know what you're doing, both will do good for you. If you're building a 250 or a 300, go with the Trident. If you're building a 300 or a 350, go with a V2. If you don't know which one you're building, go with a Trident. Or if you don't know which one to build a Trident. Do you think Mike Tyson is too old or did he sold the fight? Gabs Lab, from my understanding, Mike had a pretty serious medical incident a couple months back that he was in much better shape before that. If you watch the videos of him training before he had a medical incident, I don't know if it was like a blood thing or something, but he had a pretty serious medical incident a couple months back. The training videos before that, he looked a lot more beastly than his more recent ones. He's old. He's 58. He's 58. I don't get me wrong. I was hoping he'd beat the crap out of Jake Paul. I'd hoping he just one good punch. But he's 58. He's still held in there. But the fact that Jake Paul is only good at boxing because he continuously fights people that aren't boxers or are past their prime is kind of a joke. He has been knocked out once in a fight, and it was the only time he actually fought a boxer. Like an actual in their prime, good to go boxer, not somebody who's past their prime or from like MMA or something. But yeah, like the first round was good. That first round was good. Jake looked scared that first round. And then he kind of realized like that's all Tyson's going to do is just kind of stand there and throw the odd punch. And it got kind of sad. It honestly, after the third round, it just got sad. Oh, shoot. 1980s? Late 90s, even early 2000s, Mike would have taken him. Let's be honest. He did get one good punch in. Stealth Changer close to finalization. I don't know. I'm not involved with the Stealth Changer project at all. His legs were gone, and he couldn't dodge like he used to. But then again, none of us here are professional boxers, so we're all just like, I learned 40 minutes ago this thing existed, and now I'm an expert because this is the internet. The girls' fight was a good fight. Serrano got robbed. That was bullshit. Serrano got robbed. Back from the store. Did you miss me? Did you bring the cigarettes, Daddy? And the milk? You came back from the store. Okay, we're gonna call it there. I'm all out of my gamer subs, and this drink is, yeah. So yeah, so follow me on all the socials. Link in the video description. I'll post images of all this stuff when I'm done. Maybe a video tomorrow. We'll see if I get it done in time. If not, we'll be back Tuesday. I don't know if we'll continue with the Seabor. I might just do that off stream. We'll see. I'll go get a USB hub tomorrow. If a powered USB hub doesn't fix it, I don't know. Maybe the next stream will be from a demo derby. How's that coming along? Yeah, it's coming along. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? Shout out to POLYMAKER. The spool filament will give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. For those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. And before you leave, make sure you like the smash button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and check out the links in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you any extra. Go a long way to support the channel. Buy gamer subs, go Canuck, save 10% off your order. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Goodbye.